Here's a name that I have mentioned a couple times, but very casually, and that's Cedric Tillman. Tillman really stepped up in that offense. He was averaging over 5 catches per game, over 60 yards per game, over half a touchdown. And it was a small window, but in that window, when he was dominating as a wide receiver 1, like I said, a wide receiver 8, he was on his way. And then all of a sudden he gets his concussion. And you're like, this is, I think, week 12. He got the concussion week 12. And you're like, oh, dude, he was just cooking. And then that was it. Like, he missed the rest of the year. Wide receiver 63. So guys going ahead of him are like Darnell Mooney, Cooper Kupp, Jalen McMillan is going ahead of Cedric Tillman. I don't get that one whatsoever. This was a former 3rd-round pick. He was set the 74th pick overall. Really good size, definitely for the Browns. They don't have any big receivers out there. I just remember going back and watching his tape and like how well he did in the SEC, and the good games he had against like Alabama and Georgia. Even he had that sprained ankle as well. So in 2025, I mean, you look at the Browns, this is a team that's going to struggle, right? Like, they're projected to have a top 5 draft pick again, which means they're going to be trailing in games a lot and having to move the ball downfield. And right now, if you look at them, like, when you look at some of their, like, they play the Bengals twice, they play the Dolphins this year. Like, there's some really bad secondaries that they're facing this year as well. So Cedric Tillman is in line, and I would love if somehow Joe Flacco got to start out there because he'd match up with Cedric Tillman.
That would be the ideal.
Really well. They use him on the outside there as that Z. He's in a really good spot to kind of pick up where he left off as a forgotten name. When we're talking about Jerry Jeudy's the number 1, and we're targeting these teams like, okay, who's the number 1, number 2 receiver on these NFL teams? And I love getting, again, on these teams that are going to struggle, right? They're going to kind of be playing from behind consistently throughout games and having to push the ball downfield like a team like the Cleveland Browns. So to have the opportunity to present itself for the value where it is, I really like going through all the ADP. This is one that kind of stuck out for me. Like, hey, this is where I can see a big jump here, because say you buy him for a 3rd or a vet, and then he does kind of step in and he's like a solid wide receiver 2. You have that momentum of him being a wide receiver 8 and being 24. There's a lot of momentum there to increase his value, whether you keep him yourself or trade him down the road. Dynasty, hot body, hot boy, Dynasty, hot summer. In Dynasty, it's so easy to find yourself on another league just because you just want to draft. Drafting is so fun. Fast Draft gives you the opportunity. And, you draft a team, then you set it, forget it. And then you open up the app at the end of the year and you go, look at me. Got so much coin in my bank account now because I did so well. So if you go on there, Fast Draft, use the promo code NERDS. They're going to match your deposit up to $50. And with that, they're also going to allow us to give you a free Nerd Herd membership. So we're going to give you a free 1-year membership to Nerd Herd, everything that comes with it, extra podcast, of course, the Dynasty GM app, which is the dopest tool out there in the world today when it comes to fantasy football and Dynasty. If you're already a Nerd Herd member, we're going to send you a gift certificate to the merch store. So check them out, Fast Draft.
All right, so if you are new here, this is the Roster Rescue Show brought to you by Dynasty Nerds. And we do a lot of different things here. One, we grade your rosters. We tell you what to do, what moves to make, what kind of trades, all of those kinds of things. You can scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner that says submit a roster. And we're going to make sure that we go through and we get nitpicky about your team, your league, and how you can make the best use of your assets there. But we also have like what Michael and Mike just did, where if you want to just, hey, I don't know that I want a full roster rescue. I don't know that I need you guys to check everything out. I just need to know about a specific deal or a specific trade or things like that. Then you can just put in a super chat just like these two guys did, and we guarantee to get to those questions. also got a group of rookies here. Pat Bryant, Jalen Royals, Alec Manor. So
Jalen Royals is the guy I like the most. He's in the worst situation to perform fantasy wise. So I don't know that I could put him anywhere other than backup with hopes that he'll do something. Then it's Pat Bryant as the boom. Who knows? Or Alec. I don't like either one of those other guys as the boom. That's why I'm having a hard time. I guess I'll pick Pat Bryant because, Sean Payton's gushing about him, talking about how he's Michael Thomas or shades of Michael Thomas and all that kind of good stuff. And I'm going to go bust because Alec, while he flashes well, is a very inconsistent player. But I think there's a case that could be made that he could be the boom because what's in front of him and the fact that when he flashes, he does some really good things.
I'm with you, Matt, where I think either Alec or Pat could be the boom, right? Like, obviously Pat Bryant, Cortland Sutton's on the last year of his deal. They took him in the third round. It's really good draft capital. Sean Payton's talking him up, which again, Sean Payton talks up a lot of people that don't pan out as well. He's talking out Lucas Cole last year, and he didn't even, caught a ball. But you're right. It's like he's at the highest draft capital. He's in a very good situation for targets. So good chance to boom there. I'm going to take him as my boom. And I'm going to put Alec Manor as my backup because he still has that potential to be turn into that number one guy. 4th round draft capital. Tennessee does not have a lot of weapons outside of Calvin Ridley. Yes, undrafted, they brought Xavier Restrepo in the package with Ward, but he's still an undrafted player, right? Where they invested in Alec Manor. So I'll put him in my backup. And you're right, out of the tape, I like Jalen Royals the most, but he's just in a worse situation. And this is where the pre-draft status where the NFL draft could change your opinion of players and change those tiers and have people jump up is because of a situation like this. I like Jalen Royals tape a lot. His draft capital is not horrendous, but they have last year's first round pick and Xavier Worthy. They had the previous year's second round pick, Rashee Rice, who looked absolutely fantastic his rookie year. They still got Travis Kelce there.
We're 3 for 3 on Pat Bryant being the boom. I think, he was the 10th pick of the third round. So it wasn't even like he was barely made it in. They used some legitimate draft capital on him. And partly I was the highest of the group on him. So I didn't mind his tape. I actually thought his tape was solid. Nothing great. He still went higher than I expected him to go. But I liked some of the things. I liked his releases off the line and things like that. So I think there is some room here. And when you look at Cortland Sutton, they're very similar style players. So especially if Sutton moves on, he could profile as that same type of guy, just move right into the Cortland Sutton spot. So I struggle with who my backup would be because I'm somewhere right in between you guys. I'm with Matt on I want to stick to my guns on Royals was the better player that I evaluated. So I want to put him higher, but I just have a hard time doing it in a room where I just don't know where there's going to be realistic fantasy production, where with Manor, at least there's a path. So I think I'm going to put Manor there, but I don't feel good about it. Both of them are tricky for me, but I do like Pat Bryant quite a bit. Welcome into Roster Rescue. It is Monday, and so we have the opportunity to dig into your guys' teams. This is your first time joining the show. That's exactly what happens here. We look at so many different teams, and we take a look and say, hey, maybe you're more of a rebuilder than you think you are. Or, hey, maybe you should trade for this player and make some magic happen with this team. Sprinkle on a magic third, and then you'll have a better roster. And the guy that's one of the best in the business at doing that is my main man, Rich Dotson. Rich, how you doing today?
Doing better. It's been a rough week for me over on these Rich Dotson streets. But doing better today on Monday. So new week, fresh start. Just trying to get better every day.
That's what I like to hear. And of course, we've got Pete behind the scenes. Pete, how you doing, man?
We out here in the streets, as they say. And we're doing great. I'm excited to be here. Once again, the 32nd episode of Fantasy Roster Rescue.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that we've already done 31 before today. It doesn't seem like we've done that many, but especially when you have weeks like we did last week where we do 3 of them. And knowing the pace that we're already on for this coming week, there's a good chance there's going to be an extra episode this week, folks. So stay tuned. Would not shock me if we have another one on either Wednesday or on Friday this week. So great things coming. But because of that too, I don't want to waste a ton of time, but I got one last thing to tell you before we get into things. If you just have a very basic question that you want to answer, you're like, I don't need a full roster review. I don't need you to rescue a full team. I just need you, like, I want to trade this guy for this guy. Should I do it? Just put a super chat in. That's all you have to do. We get those all the time. Just put a super chat in. You can do that on YouTube if you're watching somewhere else. And that's the quickest, easiest way to just have us give you a quick answer on what kind of deal you should make or who you should draft. You know, some people are doing startups right now, things like that. So best way to go about that. Pete, let's get it going.
Also, only nukes for this. Yep.
Only nukes. If you want to get on the show, you need to nuke. All right. Is this James roster, right? We got James here?
Yes. Yep.
All right. So he's got a 1 QB league, start 9 guys. This is a super flex rollout in 2028. So, Rich, it's not a super flex league yet, but it will be in 2028. He wants to know if he's a true contender, what's going to put him over the top. What does he do if he can't quite win it this year? So let's start from a dynasty perspective first.
Who's those running backs in that question? Just am I a true contender? I'm looking at his running backs. I'm like, I know where we can start. I haven't even scrolled down yet, but I already know the answer begins with an N. But we'll figure it out. We'll see what we can do here.
Begins with an N. Quarterbacks, we've got Caleb Williams, Cam Ward. Running backs, Chuba Hubbard, Bayshaw Tootin, Zach Charbonnet, Dylan Sampson, Isaac Guerrero. Wide receivers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Zay Flowers, Xavier Worthy, Ricky Pearsall, Josh Downs, Trey Harris, Kyle Williams getting a lot of love in camp. And at tight end, we've got Mason Taylor, Isaiah Likely, and Pat Fryermuth. We are in 8th in dynasty mode and currently in contender mode. We are in 9th. So this is real quick because, Rich, I want you to get into this because I know you got some good thoughts. But this is one of the main benefits. If you are not part of the Nerd Herd, this is one of the biggest benefits because we get this question a lot. Am I really a contender? And this is the most unbiased way for somebody to take a look at it and say yes or no. You know, if they're saying in contender mode, you're in 9th place, it's not even like, oh, well, you're close. You know, you're in 4th or 5th, so maybe. It's like, no, you've got a ways to go to get up there. There's a lot of moves that still need to be made. Vice versa, sometimes you're like, I don't know if I am or not. And you look at it and you're like, oh, I'm the 2nd best team in the league. I guess I'm a real contender. So if you are not a part of the Nerd Herd, join that. Scan that Fast Draft app. That will give you an opportunity to get a free year of Dynasty Nerds just by using promo code NERD. So do that right away. But Rich, what are your thoughts on this team with James?
Yeah, piggyback up what you said too, just in case people are like, well, dude, I just don't feel like, this is a Dynasty Nerd's opinion that I'm a contender. What are they thinking? Like, you could customize the rank set inside the GM and have the whole app run out there. So if you're like, all right, dude, I love the footballers. What do they say? I love JJ Zacharyson. I love Matt Harmon. I want to look at my receivers through Matt Harmon's eyes. You can input all those rank sets, and the app will completely run off there as well and give you their opinion, technically, of how you stand. And it really is, because Dynasty, one of the toughest things that people never talk about in Dynasty is getting stuck in the middle, right? Like, because it's so easy to do that. It's so easy. I've said on the show for years now of how and why it's easy to get stuck in the middle. But it really is the easiest thing to do in Dynasty. If you're either contending, the real good Dynasty players are contending or, reloading. And average players that are stagnant are just getting passed up and staying in the middle and squeaking into playoffs or just missing and feeling like they're almost there. So for this team, Garrett, I don't know about you, man, but this team's in rough shape in my eyes. They don't have any picks next year. Going back to their picks in 27, they have two of 27 first, which is great. They have 2 second and 26, which is fine. Thirds are meaningless. They got their first in 28 when it's going to go super flex, which is great. And the fact that it's going to happen in just a couple of years here, I like that. You have that notice to start preparing. But their QB situation totally fine. They'll be ready for that in 2028 if everything kind of pans out ahead of time. But look at this team. I mean, right off the gate, you have no running backs by the outside looking in that are probably going to be ready to help you in the future. Chuba Hubbard's a nice running back. He's probably going to help you here in 2025, but there's no guarantee that he's going to be a value in 2026. And to be honest with you, there's no guarantee in 25. I believe in Chuba for 2025, but in historically for the lifespan of an average running back, which is what Chuba is you're going to get 1-2 years of really good value. And then if you're lucky, another 2 years of like mediocre value before they become non-existent whatsoever, right? Because the elite ones are going to give you, 4 to 6 of that tier 1, and then you hope to get a couple after that. So that's where he falls. You got Dylan Sampson, who's probably going to hit the ground. He's probably going to rotate in as a starter with either Pierce Strong or Jerome Ford. Tune is a hope and a prayer. Tank Bigsby's getting all the main carries. Travis Etienne will be scattered in there, but be the pass catcher running back. So Tune's most likely at best case going to be a running back 3. Outside of that, like you need Garendo, you need McCaffrey to get hurt. Kyle Benungai, again, a wing and a prayer that Swift is not the answer there. So your running back room right off the gate is going to push you down. If you go back to his receiving core here, Garrett, which should tell me his first is going to be relatively high. It's a very nice receiving core, and that's even kind of stretching it. If I'm really being
a lot of upside,
is a better way to say it. You got JSN, which is fantastic, but Zay Flowers, if you need him to be your wide receiver 3 at best on a championship caliber team to be a true contender. Xavier Worthy with the Rasheed Rice news definitely helps. Ricky Pearsall is a wild card. Josh Downs is a wild card. Trey Harris, Kyle Williams love their upside, but again, this is upside. This is a receiving core that you're like, all right, like if this pans out, right, and probably 2026, 2027, like I really am a legit contender. But it's definitely not let's go hit the floor in 2025 and hope for the best. You need all the cards to fall your way. And then going down to the tight end room, Pete, he's got Mason Taylor, Isaiah Likely, Pat Freiermuth. Almost exactly what we said about the receivers. Freiermuth has been smothered with a pillow by Jonnu Smith and Arthur Smith. It's a Smith and Smith law firm has come in and smothered you. Isaiah Likely, love the upside, but really like Isaiah Likely in 2026, not in 2025. I do think they extend him. He becomes a guy for Lamar. That's great. Mason Taylor already reports of him and Justin Fields having a really good rapport of Mason Taylor dominating the middle, which is what I love to hear and what I kind of hope to expect of a high second-round pick because they don't have anybody to really come in and own the middle of the field. So that's great news there. But again, upside. And the problem that we have here is you do not own your 2026 first. And if you want my opinion on this, this is going to be a top 6 pick in 2026. Now, next year's class doesn't look overly strong, but we're talking about this class in 2026. All classes change from, late August to January by the time the NFL draft comes. There'll be players that step up and people are really excited about in Dynasty. People are going to get value. Guys like Jeremiah Love. There'll be receivers that go in the first round. People will get excited. So those picks do hold value. So your top 6 pick is something that I really wish you have. I wish I would have known what you gave up for it because whatever it was, I don't even know what I could see on here why you would be in this predicament. Now, if you gave up like a first to get Cam Ward and you want to get ahead of it, like I like that planning, right? Like I like the fact that like he took Cam Ward with this first round pick in this year's draft class, knowing that this is going to come super flex and took value. I hope he didn't trade up too far to get him or anything, but it really is value there. But Gary, I think when you really
are you able to see where he took him? Like,
yeah,
because you can
I'm
go to his
looking
draft
that up right now. Really fast. I checked out the waiver wire on here, and Jackson Dart and Tyler Shuck are available.
Oh, Dart's a must add.
Dude, both
so
of them are
like drop AJ Dillon.
Drop AJ
and
Dillon and
one of these running backs.
Go down. See who else he has. He's droppable there. Yeah, nobody else. Oh, so you're gonna drop AJ Dillon. Not yet. I wouldn't drop Freiermuth. It's not tight end premium. I would probably drop Kyle Monungai. And I like Kyle Monungai. Those guys.
Have you been seeing his camp reports? He's been getting a lot of buzz.
Is he? Never mind. I'm not dropping Kyle Monungai. I've not seen those reports. Then what I would do is
I would just worry about Dart for now because it's 3 years away. I don't think Shuck is a long-term answer. And even if he is, he's quarterback like 15 in Dynasty. Like, he's nobody that I think threatens quarterback one at all.
You could say that, dude, but he hasn't taken a snap. I mean, these are the kind of players that could shock us, right? Like, a lot of people said Shock was the most pro-ready quarterback. He can come in, really step up. Like, we can't predict quarterback play, right? He could easily come in and be a stud, and we have no idea, right? And the fact that it's going super flex, like, that might hold some weight and trade value. Like, we go, hey, man, Shuck's looking good. We're going super flex down the road. Give me a second. And you pick him off the waiver wire, right? Like, hey, I see only have one quarterback. We're going, I know it's down the road, but here's a guy that's young, a rookie, and grab it. So, like, I really am interested in picking him up besides, like, just I think I would rather have him over, let's say, a running back. I guess, dude, if I had to cut Pat Fryermuth for Tyler, like, Garrett, in a super flex, who do you prefer? Not Titan Premium, Tyler Shuck or Pat Fryermuth? Like, I prefer Tyler Shuck on the upside.
I'd prefer Shuck, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I'm picking up Jackson Dart for sure immediately. I'm picking up Shuck, and then, dude, you're gonna have to make some hard decisions. Garrett, we're gonna make some hard decisions here. And here's what I would rather do, Garrett. I'd rather load up and sit there heavy on.
I agree with that on quarterbacks and be ahead of the game.
And maybe we try to, like, see if we can leave Taylor Shuck out here very short term and kind of give it, like, we're trading away, right? We're trying to give away here. We have to get, first of all, who is our first spec? Like,
that's what I wanted to see. Who has our first? Is it a team that is contending, or are they in rebuild?
So, side note.
Okay, not the bottom
Cam
two.
Ward
That's a good sign.
Fell to 108, which I wouldn't say fell in a one. It's kind of a weird value
That's
there,
kind of
but
probably
it's not a reach.
about right.
I would say.
yeah,
It's not a reach, but it's not a value.
if we know we're going super flex in 2 years, or what, technically 25, 6. Oh, that's 3 years down the road. I understand what you're saying about Shuck, maybe leave it because it's 3 years down the road.
It's a long time.
But if he goes out and scores 20 points in week one, though, he's going to be
sure,
worth
you could
more
flip
than-
him quick, and yeah.
But if you have Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, and that's something, yeah, does it suck? But it's not like you're losing, right? He's a waiver wire. I mean, once we create some room here, I'm definitely trying to grab him and sit on him, and that's a long wait to wait for 3 seasons with these shallow rosters as well. First of all, your roster is too shallow.
All right, so that team has him. It is shallow rosters. I agree with that. What's his running back and wide receivers looking like? Because you're gonna have to slightly overpay. Okay. This could work potentially. Now, Rich, this may be a slight overpay. So tell me if I'm paying too much to get my own first back. But is Chuba and Zay Flowers, is that too much, you think, to get your own first back, or no?
Not at all.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, it's almost going to guarantee us one. I mean, I obviously don't see the teams behind us, but we have no running backs at that point.
Yep. I think that's the move I'm trying to make, because I think on paper that's a slight overpay. Because I think both of those guys in a perfect situation could fetch a first. It'd be a late one. It would be like 111, 112. But I think but this guy's going to know if you're making that deal, now this pick is a top 3 pick. And
I gave up
they're
2
going to want
this
that
year for Zay Flowers because I needed a receiver real bad. So I give up, and he was my wide receiver 3. And listen, I mean, you can't be like some people are like, oh, that's too much. But like, you can't be concerned about trading away wide receiver 3s with wide receiver 2 upside, right? Like those can't be roadblocks for you when you're trying to rebuild, right?
They're a
like,
dime a dozen.
Yeah, and by the time you're ready to contend, like Zay Flowers gonna be a little older. We don't know how that Baltimore offense is gonna look. Like I'm 100%. Like what I don't even know if this team would accept it. I mean, it would make sense, but he doesn't necessarily need that. But like he might be willing to load it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first offer. I feel very good with that, and I'd almost offer. Who's our other receivers? If you didn't like Zay, say he's like, oh, I don't like Zay Flowers, dude. Like, is there anybody else even there? Like
Xavier Worthy instead
with Rice.
No, see, those guys are so like Pearsall. I would because he's a little bit older. He's like the same age as Zay Flowers. Worthy, I'm not. But Josh Downs or Zay Flowers, I'd be willing to. I try to hold on to Pearsall and Worthy and hope the upside pans out. Both are first round picks on their team. Both have a path to be relevant. Definitely Ricky Pearsall has a very good path to be relevant. I wouldn't expect Juwan Jennings with his disgruntledness out there to be long for the 49ers potentially after the 2025 season. They did invest in Ricky Pearsall. I love the number 1 receiver in a
Shanahan.
This Kyle Shanahan offense. So for me, like I'd like to hold on to him and chase that upside because like that's what you're doing here when you're rebuilding. Like you're taking the shots on these kind of players. I think Pearsall and Worthy are players I want to take shots on. I feel pretty comfortable about Zay Flowers, right? Zay Flowers kind of guy who's number one in another offense, potential to be at like a decent, solid wide receiver 2. In this offense, I don't necessarily know if he can get there continually. I think he'll be a little bit more of a roller coaster. Again, a wide receiver 3, ideally flex spot in a deeper league, but in this league, man, I have no problem offering Chuba Hubbard just get our first back. That put us in position to mostly then what I'll be looking to do is what I'm trying to do with this team as well, Garrett, is okay. I'm trying to get those players off my roster, finish with a very high draft pick, preferably the 1-1-1-2. Once I secure that pick, I am not using that pick. I am trading that pick. I'm trading back, getting a team's future 27 first to load me up with 327 first and move him back in the draft and get as much as possible. You do not, with a team in this structure, you don't want to take a running back there. It doesn't help you right away and you're not deep enough. You want to take that 1-1, 1-2, 1-3 and trade back, whether it be 112, 111, 110, 19. It doesn't matter. Next year, listen, next year's going to be a really much deeper quarterback class too. That's why I'm okay with leaving Tyler Shuck. If you move back and the best player on the board is like, say, Nussmeier or somebody along those lines, you could take them too and then still stack that quarterback without worrying about it being one step closer. I'm doing that. But what you don't want to use that first round pick. You need more draft capital because 2027 is going to be the time you want to take a big step forward. You've already secured 227 first, right? So you're a step there. So if you can move back there and get one extra first, your second would be really high. You have 2 seconds. Maybe you could package those 2 seconds then and move back up with your first a little bit higher if need be to get a player after you trade back. That's fine too. That's the first step, right? Move Zay Flowers, move Chuba Hubbard in a package deal. He doesn't have your first. And listen, I know people say the first step is you got to get your first back. Easy to say, not always easy to do. That doesn't stop me from not trying. Once my pick is gone, that doesn't stop me from not trying to lose and blow things up because I'm still trying to get
I'll trade for somebody else's first. Does somebody else want Zay Flowers and Chuba Hubbard? Okay.
Yeah, 100%, dude. That doesn't stop me. Like, I still have to make moves. I need to trim this down so I get Jackson Smart, Jackson Dart, and Tyler Shuck on my roster as well. But, like, I need capital.
On that. Sanders is also available. Would you prefer Shuck or Sanders?
Probably Shuck.
You're saying Shadur Sanders?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Shuck, dude. Shadur Sanders hasn't got a single. I know Kenny Pickett just hurt his hamstring, so he's gonna be out. He's probably not gonna be the starter now for the Browns. But like, yeah, just so everybody know, I'm here in Cleveland. Shadur Sanders has not got 1 rep with the ones. Now with Kenny Pickett, maybe he's not gotten 1 rep with the 1. They've rotated Dylan Gabriel in, but it's been Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco, and they've rotated Dylan Gabriel in very slightly with the ones too. He's getting some reps. Shadur Sanders has not got a single rep with the ones. And mostly he's getting all his rep with the 3s, not even the 2s. So, yeah, I would take down Shuck over Sanders 100%. Does not mean Sanders can't be good, but, like, again, people have to just be realistic. Definitely, I said this when I saw Sanders going in rookie drafts where he was going. Like, dude, they took Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd. They passed on Sanders again until the 5th to take him. Like, every team passed. He's a 5th-round quarterback. We all know the name, but he's a 5th-round quarterback. Like, that holds weight. And honestly, Dylan Gabriel's a 3rd-round quarterback. The Browns have 2 first-round picks next year. If Joe Flacco starts in 2025, he's the starting quarterback. The Browns are probably taking a quarterback with those first-round picks in 2025 because it doesn't matter at that point. You're going to take when a player presents themselves and the Browns will be bad. If they are, they have 2 firsts, they're taking a quarterback. So definitely Tyler Shuck because he's going to have a chance. Great. He's most likely going to be a starter in New Orleans.
All right. Well, I think that wraps things up here for James.
Oh,
James.
Garrett, we can't just say he tried to get his first back. We didn't even offer that guy nuked us. We didn't even offer him another trade.
All right. Let's try to offer him one real quick because I don't know if you read the private chat, but we have a butt ton to get to.
Hey, listen, I understand, but listen, patience. I hope everybody else waiting appreciates that. I'm not going to rush through something just because somebody else is waiting in line when somebody paid for a service. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, get your first back, but it doesn't work, and then try and trade for a running back. That's a really big disservice to this team. Definitely for where it's at. So let's go. Is there any teams up here and put it in contender mode, Pete? Let's see if some of these sexy bad boys need some help. Yeah, he doesn't need help. Team 3. Go to team 3. They look a little shallow, little shin high water. Oh, they got Joe Mixon. They're a little thirsty.
So this is the team that we have their 27 first on.
Okay.
There first. Okay.
Okay. And they're old too.
Chase,
So it's kinda nice.
Jefferson,
Don't give them too young.
Kittle.
This guy could use Chuba Hubbard.
I can see that.
Dude, who's that?
Yeah. You could
What's
try.
that team? Mayflower, MacArthur's. Where they stand? He has somebody else at 27 first in contender.
Let's see. Mayflower.
Oh, they're down there
is
too.
10th.
Here, what do you think about if we can't get our first back? Hey, we just suck it up. We off this. This guy needs the help. He's obviously willing to move draft picks. The Joe Mixon news, it's got to be devastating him. If he believes in Pacheco, then he's more of a Joko. I think offering this, like, I almost wonder. I don't think we have to even get like go to the receivers. Is there anybody we can get back? Like here, I'm trying to think of somebody we can get back. Can you scroll down a little bit, Peter?
You go to his receiver speed.
Jerry Judy.
He's fairly deep at receiver. Where's he at tight end?
Kittle.
He's got George Kittle.
And
Yeah.
Let's throw. Okay, that's all he's got is really Kittle there. Can we go back up? All right, I want to offer him Chuba Hubbard, Pat Fryermuth, and Zay Flowers. I want back that doo-doo teams, 27 first. I don't even like just calculator again. I don't think the picks in 27 are going to be valued how we value them. That's fine.
it's just a good way to just keep track of everything. So
I hear you.
He's 8th Ave.
Here's the move. This is a team we want to mess with. This team is, I guarantee this team's thirsty for love. Like all of us out there.
So
listening.
you were saying Chuba for his 27 first and
Zay Flowers, Pat Fryermuth.
where's Pat? There we go. Flowers.
Okay. And so we want that 27 first. Now, obviously, we can get a little bit more. I would love that, like, ask back. I'd love
Knowing
to
that
see
it's super high, I'm guessing we're not going to be able to get a lot. But if this is a team that has, like, I didn't see how many quarterbacks they have, but that could be another sneaky way to, like, add in some good quarterbacks.
They
have any?
had Lamar.
Oh,
Stroud,
JJ
and
McCarthy
McCarthy.
or CJ Stroud, either one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a good sneaky way to add in some quarterbacks and gain value over the next 2 or 3 years. And then if you're sitting there with 4 or 5 quarterbacks, you can always sell 1 or 2 at a great premium compared to what you paid for. It's like a stock almost at this point that you expect to grow.
No, I like this move a lot. And then we don't have to pick up. We still pick up Jackson Dart. We still pick up. We could pick up Shuck
Because we're opening up some roster spots by getting rid of 3 guys.
Yeah. Now, this looks like a big overpay, but if this goes super flex, JJ McCarthy, those players don't even touch JJ McCarthy. They don't even touch him.
And if that pick's a top 3 and ours is a top 3 in 2027, there's a lot of potentially elite, like truly elite players available in that class.
Yeah. And listen, it doesn't matter your first is going to be high and you're giving somebody else a higher first. At least your second's going to be high, right? And you're going to have 2 of those. And that it's going to give you some play. And maybe you could just get rid of that second and get into, like, maybe give up both those seconds and get another 27 first. You know what I mean? And have 4 of those and rock. Because that's when this is what you're rocking for, 2027, to make a big step forward. And stack those quarterbacks, because that's going to be your best trade asset going later. And look you'd be JJ, Cam, Caleb, Dart, and then you get Shuck, you'll have 5 young quarterbacks. That means that, there's a lot of other teams out there that don't have starting 2 quarterbacks, and they may able to draft them. And worst case, like, if you end up having to cut Tyler Shuck, that's fine, but you probably won't have to, because your running backs are going to play themselves out, right? You'll know what you have in those running backs pretty quickly by the time that comes. But I like that trade off.
Is there a player on this team that you would be interested in trading? So we have Dylan Sampson. He has Judkins.
Oh, dude.
So
here's another team right here. I would love to offer this guy. He doesn't need a receiver. I would offer him.
He does have Judkins, though.
I would offer him.
I could trade Chuba plus whatever.
Yeah,
I'd be interested.
Chuba and the other second, not our second. Chuba and the other guy's second for Quinshon Judkins. I would do that.
As a contender. That would make sense for him. Yep.
That was.
Yeah, offer him Chuba and the other guy second. That's 3 solid trades out there to better your team. And listen, man, it's part of Dynasty. You got to start here, but you got to start at the bottom and work your way back up. But if you do it right, that's how you end up with the dominant team, the good team that can win for multiple years. Because we're not, in Dynasty, you're not just trying to win you want to win a ship, but you really want to win multiple ships. You want to live in that window, and you want to be the king of the tower, right? You want everybody to look at that lineup league analyzer and be like, man, dude, how do I beat that team?
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, James, best of luck, my guy. Lots of good options. Sorry, we don't think you're a contender yet, but this is going to give you a great opportunity to be one by the time we get to that super flex, and you'll be a potentially dominant force for a long time if you make some of these moves. So best of luck moving forward. All right, Pete, what's up next?
Send it up right now. This is, 1 second.
A ding dong.
Okay,
right,
so this was a startup last year. It was an auction draft.
Nice.
Let's see. We are reducing roster size from 30 to 24 due to waiver wire being non-existent.
Whoa. First
kind of a
off,
good
first
thing.
tip before we say anything, don't do that. Don't do it. Don't make it a glorified keeper league. Don't. The waiver wire is supposed to be non-existent. This is Dynasty, not redraft. The
You'll
waiver
find
wire
those 2 players every year on there, and that's your best case scenario. That's how it should be.
Yeah, if you want to
So-
increase trades for draft picks and players, keep it at 30. I'll go down to 25 at the very minimum, but with a protest. I'll make a sign. I'll stand on a corner, and I'll pretend I'm yelling, but I'm really just mouthing mean things. I'm not really going to yell and disturb the peace, but I will do that.
Can I also have some words to say with this commissioner, because there's a quarterback limit.
What?
How many quarterbacks you can roster?
How
What
many?
is this, Nazi Germany?
So it's
Communist League.
they're increasing it from 3 to 4. But just
Well, how generous.
don't mess around with that. It's
This is a socialist league. Everybody
Yeah.
gets.
All
right.
And then he just traded Aaron Rodgers for a future third.
I would take a sandwich for Rodgers, so that's good.
I'd rather have Rodgers in a super flex league.
Dude,
Then a
good
third?
sandwich. Then a third.
I
I
feel like
guess.
you could squeeze a second out of, like, if it's a contender.
In
Yeah, I
season.
at least want a late second. I'm never
Yeah.
giving any starting quarterback for less than a second.
Yeah, you're right. Late second.
All right, well, let's
I'm
go
sure
through this roster.
everyone quarterback
Let's go-
position limit is probably driving the value down. My bad, Garrett.
Probably.
Here you go.
Communist League. Let's go.
All right, there we go. Quarterbacks, we've got Drake May and Bo Nix, so we've got some young assets there at the quarterback position. Running back, Joe Mixon, Trey Benson, James Conner, Jalen Wright, Jalen Warren, Rashad White. At wide receiver, Nico Collins, JSN, Chris Olave, George Pickens, Jordan Addison, Cortland Sutton, Jalen McMillan. At tight end, we've got David Njoku and Evan Ingram, 2 of my favorite later end of the first top 12 type guys this year. And draft pick wise, we have 109, 110. So we've got 2 picks coming up here very soon. We've got 2 firsts in 26, and we still have our first in 27. This year, we are also picking the 209. So lots of good draft capital with a pretty solid team overall. This team is in 3rd in dynasty mode, but in contender mode, we are currently in 5th. So, but if you look at it, Rich, we are almost identical with the 2nd place team. So there's kind of a whole tier there of teams between 2nd and 5th. And then there's the number 1 team that's a little bit higher than everybody else. So, Rich, looking at this team, we are right on the cusp here. Are we making a move or two with some of these draft picks potentially to get us the pieces we need? Or are we taking these draft picks and hoping that that's enough to get us over the finish line?
Well, we need running back help desperately. Who's our tight end again? I already forgot. Shorten.
Evan Ingram and David
we're just
Njoku. So I
fine.
feel pretty good.
110. Okay. I'd be real interested if Quinshawn's fallen that far now with the
Yes.
news, like the 1-9, 110. And the problem is we do our mock draft. He probably won't fall there.
I saw somebody today say they just drafted. They took him at 111.
Yeah, so I think like it'd be like for me, those picks are Quinshawn Junkins and then Caleb Johnson or RJ Harvey, whoever's there. Again, Caleb's looked really good in camp so far, so I have no problem going that way either. And then I feel way better about my team, and then I'm contending, right? Like at 2.9 is this best player available, probably a tight end. Can you scroll back up, Pete? I want to see what we'd have because that give us Quinshawn. It'd be nice if Dylan Sampson fell to 2.9 and you got Quinshawn at there. That'd be really nice. But outside of that, then I feel much better about our situation grabbing those 2 running backs there. I think that would be it's definitely going to happen because if not, you're probably going to kill RJ Harvey.
So that option is option 1. Let me throw it out, a second option that's just kind of percolating in my brain. I'm looking at this team. That's an option 2. I'd be open to that. But I'm letting this percolate in my brain. And looking at our team, everything else on our roster is ready to compete. Feel good about all the other positions except running back. Is there a scenario where we use the gluttony of draft capital that we have right now and say, hey, is there maybe a difference-making running back out there in the market that we can, a Devon H, a Jonathan Taylor, somebody in that type of thing? Is that something you would be open to it?
I'm very open to it. Like Team 7. So 2 teams that obviously stand out. One who's might be interested in draft capital is Team 7.
It's hard because they're also equal in value.
Yeah, I can see this team not loving. What's their draft picks down there?
They have no wide receivers,
Well,
though.
They
just-
okay.
Oh,
so-
that's not theirs, though. It's another team's.
Yeah. Can you go back up? I'm just wondering because we have receivers
They have
too. We have a
no
lot of receivers.
And they're all on the same team.
They're not going to
They're
trade.
third and fourth receiver on the same team.
Like I'd easily give 1.9, 110, and like a receiver for Achane. Like I'd start.
I would too. What receiver do you think we could give them that would make it worth it for them?
I think
Is Olave too expensive? 2 firsts in Olave, is that too much for Achane or no?
that's my first thought, but I feel like it's too much, right? Like I like we had the outside. Like yes, is Olave had the concussion situation, which kind of really depresses value. Yes, but he is a very solid, good receiver when he plays. So like, I don't want to sell ourselves short there. Jordan Allison's a really solid wide receiver too. Like, do we give ourselves?
It's gotta
Like,
be either him, Pickens, or Addison? Probably those are the only ones that move the needle enough, I would guess.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, we're giving up a really good, decent receiver, and then we're giving up 2 running backs for 1 running back. Who again? Who's elite, and that's fine. But like, I kind of almost prefer the depth at running back, Garrett, because we're so thin at it. Like, I understand what
you, but I want to win. Like, I feel like getting that depth is not going to help me win because I'm about to lose Connor. I'm about to lose Mixon. We're kind of right back in the same
we
boat.
have Trey Benson.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I'm looking for more of like, can we give up? Like, I don't want to like drastically overpay because again, I don't love like those receivers that go up on top of 1.9, 110, which is fair for each. Yeah, I guess I would do it. I guess I'd give up. I'd be okay giving up Jordan Addison. I don't want to, but I'd be okay with it. He's really
because it
good.
would basically be, in a super flex league, we're basically looking at you're giving up Tyler Warren, Caleb Johnson, and Jordan
Jackson
Addison.
Dart, RJ Harvey,
Or Jackson Dart, maybe. Yeah, it's like that range of type of guys, which I think, especially because we have draft picks in 26 and in 27, to where it's not like we're mortgaging our future to do it. We're just kind of taking assets that we'd have to wait a year or 2 to get somebody that's going to be instant impact right now this year.
Yeah, I saw the comment. Do we tear down from Nico? Like, again, if we're trying to win, we want Nico. We want the guys who has the potential to be the number 1 overall receiver. What's a number 1 team? They could use some receiver help, right? Saquon Taylor.
They're pretty old at receiver. Real old.
This is a
Team
team I almost,
AARP.
oh, they're flushed with draft capital. Never mind. I was going to say I want their future first.
Contender
But
mode. Hold on. Kamara. Like, I think
They're already
Kamara.
for the future while being the best team. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a smart move. Like, he's real old. He's like,
He doesn't want anything from us. He's like, I'm trying to win one more year. And then if he doesn't, he's got all those picks for the future. So I don't think he wants to make a move.
I don't think he is either. He's going to try and go for it.
It's a good team. That's a really good build. Like that's an ideal situation where you can push it one more year, but then you have your entire draft like ready to go for the future.
Yeah, this team's old. They don't have any running backs. We can't trade with them. I mean, what about team 9?
This team sees itself as a contender.
They
Yeah, they
probably do. They shouldn't.
Can we get-
those receivers.
Can we throw? I mean, can we? I'd feel way more comfortable if we could throw. If somehow we can get like our late. Would you be comfortable throwing a very late second? I want to see if we get a Quinshon trade if we can get him. But if not, I'd like a third. Can we get a third and like a fourth for Nick Chubb to back up Joe Mixon, just in case he's not ready for the year?
I
Nick
think-
Chubb.
I think this could.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
try and
we
get
could.
Chubb off this roster to kind of just solidify because we're trying to make a run here. So we just want that running back depth. Again, I like Jalen Wright a ton, so that's fine. What about team 11?
Would you, if this team could be talked into trading, would you trade just your 2 firsts? I don't think you'd have to add Jordan Addison. Would you trade just your 2 firsts for Breece Hall?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would too. If they can be talked into kind of being more of a rebuilder.
Yeah, I'd offer that. I'd try and get Joe Mixon. Again, I mean, I'm also like, for me, I think I'm also comfortable drafting 2 running backs there as well, in RJ Harvey, Quinshon Judkins, or again, like the fact that we can get, if we'd be able to get the value on Quinshon for not signing in the suspension, Lumen suspension, like I'd feel really good about that. But like I said, if we're getting Quinshon and Caleb Johnson or Quinshon, like I really do feel really good about that. And do we have to wait on it? Yeah, but we can wait on it. Like it's not like a running back room is not like, oh, we can't wait on it. Like if Mixon comes back, we still have James Conner. You probably still put Jalen Wright in there and give you enough because your receiving core is good enough, and your everything else you have is good enough to carry that running back too, like to be a little bit weaker until those guys hit. Because then if Quinshon hit, like say comes back week 7, week 8, somewhere around there, fresh legs, like on a team that's going to run the ball a ton, like now you have a true legit running back. And if Caleb Johnson, your other running back, hits as well, you're fine. So like I don't think it's like, that's why I'm like overly not desperate to overpay for. First of all, I hate overpaying for running backs because it's too much a wild card. I don't like overpaying for running backs. I'd rather put ourselves in a position of the draft capital we have and use that. No, can you go back to that team 1 second ago? Now, I'd tear down from Nico to Lad McConkey. I'd be okay with that, but he's not interested. This team's got to do some work for it. I feel weird.
Also, side note, he has to cut 3 players from this roster, so we need to.
Oh, well, that's easy. Go
From
back.
our team, that probably won't be that hard.
Yeah.
Singletary is gone. Parker Washington. Well, definitely Jalen Polk. Yeah, probably those 3. Or I'd be fine with Marquise Brown instead of Parker if you want.
Yeah, Marquise Brown can go. Parker can go. The running back you said can go. Polk can go. Amari
Devin
Cooper can
Singletary.
go. Dude, honestly, Amari Cooper can go. Like,
Yeah,
he's not even signed
I'd be
yet.
fine with all those guys.
He will sign somewhere probably, but like, dude, if you come late, when you sign late to camp as a receiver with like no rapport, somebody unless you play with them before, like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be an immediate weapon. And you're so deep at receiver, like, yeah, Devin Singletary can go for sure, and then Parker Washington for sure, and then yeah, I think Marquise Brown or Polk can go.
Yep.
I mean, I guess I'd hold on to Polk just because he's a former 2nd round pick. You know, the receiving room's unknown. He probably is nothing, but you just never know, right? Like,
Yeah,
that-
I mean, if you have the option, yeah, sure, get rid of Singletary, Marquise, and Parker. That's fine. But yeah, I'm
If you
hearing a lot of
look-
good buzz about Kyle Williams there. It sounds like so far.
Yeah, he's
so
looked good. That's a player we like coming out anyways. So
Yep.
it's really no shock. We love the landing spot. We like the player's tape. So happy with that. I think those are the moves. Like you're looking for like subtleness here because you have a chance, right? Like the old team's old and those guys can get hurt. You can beat them. Jalen Wright offers some good upside. Again, I like you getting Caleb Johnson over RJ Harvey because you have Jalen Warren there as well with one of those picks. And if you can get Quinshon, sweet. If Quinshon goes, then take RJ Harvey and Caleb Johnson. Like, I really think, I know it's like pretty chalky to tell him like, oh, what's the moves here? I think the moves for me, Garrett, like maybe try and get Nick Chubb on the cheap, use those 2 picks on a running back and shoot for the gamble on the upside. If you get Devon Achane for 2 firsts, sweet. It's not going to happen, but sweet. If you had to throw in Jordan Addison, you're comfortable with that, I'm okay with it. I'm not throwing in Olave. Pickens has looked really good in camp. I was really excited when he got traded there because him and Dak Prescott are a really good fit. Dallas is going to throw the football a ton. They got no running game out there. They're going to throw the football a ton. So George Pickens is not somebody I'm interested to get rid of because, like, with that depth of Olave, Pickens, Smith, and Nico, that could be deadly. That is the shield, right, to your team, right? Obviously, you got May and Nix, but you're chasing the upside of May. Like, you're still chasing that. It's no guarantee. Nix, you're hoping to repeat. He's looked good so far in camp. Again, this is early camp. We're in the first week here. I'm worried about the running back depth there, and I think your draft picks kind of like solidify that. You get the upside early on of Jerome Ford. Then maybe get Quinshawn. You get Caleb Johnson with Jalen Warren. Maybe offer Rashad White to the Bucky owner for anything at all. Like literally,
that was literally the next thing I was going to say was, well, I'm looking for the Bucky owner, seeing if he has something that even slightly interests me at all.
I wish that Nick Chubb owner had Bucky because I've been.
I know that's what I was thinking. Just trade him straight up. Jordan Mason. I don't know. Some people are higher on Jordan Mason than others. I mean, it would not shock me if he ends up being the guy that gets a lot of work on the ground this year. When you look at his efficiency numbers last year compared to an Aaron Jones that's declining and things like that, I think Jordan Mason. I still think he's going to be a timeshare, but I think he could be more involved than a lot of people are projecting.
See, I'd be trying real hard to get like Ray Davis.
I'd be fine with Ray Davis as well. I'd be fine with Tajay Spears as well. Give me Rashad White for any one of those 3.
Yeah, I give back for Tajay. I'd be okay with Mason. I think Aaron Jones is still going to be the fine guy out there.
He has 207. Would you do that?
Oh, dude, yeah. Rashad White, I'd do 307. Take a tight end.
Okay, so yeah.
All right.
I mean,
perfect.
I also going to value more, but like I would do that. I would see if I can get Ray Davis or Mason off that roster. If he's like, oh, I can't do Ray Davis for Rashad White because he doesn't like him, because again, everybody views him a little bit different. I'd be throwing. I'd start with my third. Like, hey, I have a third. I'll throw it on top for Ray Davis. Ray Davis looked good without James Cook. That one game that James Cook was out last year, I mean, Ray Davis broke 100 yards. Like, he looked good. He was a player's tape I liked a lot coming out.
That team desperately needs a running back. Holy cow!
This team could be the 101 in 2026.
They have,
because he has
they have amazing receivers, but nothing else. No quarterbacks.
Bucky, and then Jordan Mason as your RB2, and then Goddard as your starting tight end.
It's all receivers and nothing else.
And he has 107 and 207.
He doesn't have any future picks. Either.
If we could, let's see.
He doesn't have any future picks. Who has this pick?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
27. That bitch is going to be high.
Oh, so it's a rebuilding team. They're not going to want to move it.
Oh no, it's the first.
Oh, it's the number one team. This really slick owner. Yep.
So I mean, could you?
SOB right here.
Yep.
Would you trade like Olave for it, or are you just not messing around with it?
Go back.
I would.
Hold on, because
I'd love to give up Olave for him, because I'm not a big Olave guy personally.
You could convince him because he needs to get younger.
Dude, I would offer him Olave for that guy's 27 first.
So fast.
And like, can I get Tyrone Tracy back too?
I wouldn't even need anything back. If I can get it, cool. If I can get Tank Bigsby back, cool. Whatever. But like,
no, I'd offer him. I'm offering him Rashad White and Chris Olave. So that dude's 27 first and Tyrone Tracy.
I'd take it.
If he counters and asks for Pickens, are you doing that
instead of Olave?
Yeah. I think I still would.
Yeah, that pick is gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be really good. He has no picks next year either. That's gonna be like you're getting like an elite prospect with that in 2027. And what should be that again, the 27 class, when you hear about it, I think the whole class will end up being really good. But the top part of that class will be generational elite, like Ryan Williams, Arch Manning, Jeremiah Smith. Like that is going to be the talk of the town. It's why I'm preparing all my leagues now to try and get as many 27 picks as possible. It's what I'm doing.
It's going to be 2017. It's going to be what we saw in 2020. It's It's going to be what we got in 24. Like some of those classes just have so many elite talents on like available, and it's
the moves. Yep. Loving it. It's like McDonald's.
All right.
I was like, oh man, it's a pause. Let's do this. And then so this this is Sean's team. This is a FFPC.
Nice.
League. So that's exciting. Although unfortunately we do not have the ability to look at picks with FFPC.
He didn't tell you? Come on, Sean. Springfield Adams.
He has before you get mad at him.
He said he has all of them except his second and 26.
Yep, 27. Yeah, 26 picks. He doesn't mention his 27 picks.
I think they only go 2 years out. I think they only go 2 years out on FFPC. So I don't know about 2027, but
only have 2 players left on his original startup 3 years ago. So
I mean, this is an active league.
It's a mover.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's my FFPC leagues are great. And again, I challenge people all the time when people are like, oh, this, that, like, oh, future. Like I tell people all the time, go back 3 years and look at your Dynasty league. Look how drastically different it looks just 3 years ago.
Absolutely.
God, I feel really good here.
Let's go through this roster real quick. So quarterback wise, we've got Caleb Williams, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence. So 3 solid quarterbacks there. Running backs, Travion Henderson, the Boo, Cam Scattaboo, David Montgomery, Tyrone Tracy, Zach Charbonnet, Woody Marks. At wide receiver, Malik Neighbors, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Jerry Jeudy, Matthew Golden, Debo Samuel, Cedric Tillman. At tight end, we have Kyle Pitts, Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo, Brenton Strange. That is the upside tight end room if I've ever seen one. Contender wise, we are in 8th. So we're not going to know every team's pick. So we're going to kind of have to work with trades without picks, unless we're saying we're giving up our 26 first in a trade, which I'm open to doing. But otherwise, we're not going to really know what teams have because those don't transfer for whatever reason. But Rich, this is kind of surprising to me that it's as low as it is in contender. And I get it because there's a lot of younger pieces, but I feel like this team is not far away from being a real threat in this league.
No, and you're going to be like, there's a very good chance you're starting Debo Samuel over Jerry Jeudy to start the season. Pair it up with Jaden Daniels. I expect Jaden Daniels to take even another step forward in 2025 as he enters. Like I think Jaden Daniels this is going to be the year he establishes himself as. I'm sure most people consider him that, but the elite of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL on top of Dynasty. He's already my 1-1 in Superflex overall. I think right now with Terry McLaurin sitting out, it helps him build a bigger rapport with Jane Daniels. I think Debo's really motivated. I think he lost some weight. I think Debo's still a very valuable weapon if you could scheme and get him the ball. And with their offensive coordinator, I think they 100% are going to find ways to make Debo Samuel a fantasy asset in 2025. So this team overall is definitely a contender in my eyes. I really like the receiving room. You got the upside of Jeudy and Tillman there. Which one of them looks like Flacco might be the starter? If that's the case, sky's the limit for both those guys. And having Malik Neighbors and JSN gives you 2 viable wide receiver ones. Remember, there's only 12 of them. So like when I say that, like, oh, this guy's like a viable wide receiver 1, like, and you have 2 of them, like that is a massive win right by itself, right? Like you have an edge over the rest of your league mates right there because you have 2, not just 1. Now when we look at the running back room here, Garrett, it's thin. You have Trevion, love him. Already early reports out of camp is he's making people miss. He's looking good. He's catching the ball a ton. Wouldn't be surprised if Trevion Henderson is not top 2 in targets on this team. Wouldn't be surprised, Garrett.
I can see it.
I can see this. I can see him catching 75 footballs in 2025 because the way this team is set up, how they bolstered the offensive line, Drake May jumping off, them scheming Trevor Henderson and making him a weapon.
The only real even sort of threats are Kyle Williams, who's a rookie as well, 3rd-round pick. We've got Hunter Henry at tight end, who just kind of always sneakily gets targets, and then Stephon Diggs, who's coming off an injury, an older guy. So I mean, it could fluctuate anywhere between 1 and 4 in there. So the upside is crazy for Travion.
Yeah, 100%. So it's a possibility for him to be there. That's why I'd say number 1. So it's at top 2. Quarterbacks, you're totally fine. You're so young. I wouldn't be opposed to moving T-Law, or honestly, May if I had to really like in the right trade option. Like okay, go to team 4. Like they're thirsty. Oh yeah, here we go. This team's not better than us.
For a contender,
Because of
they've got
McBride.
more for sure pieces, especially with Trey McBride down there.
This team is not better. Rasheed Rice is going to be suspended. Ayuk's not even starting the year. Quinshon Junkins is starting the year. The running back 2 is Rashad White. This Joe Mixon, no bueno so far. The quarterback 2 is Geno Smith. Yeah, dude, I've seen freak shows that look cuter than this. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this isn't even a trade partner. Like, what are they gonna get? Like, unless we can get like this team's not a trade partner.
Well, the problem is right now we have nothing at tight end for sure, but we have a lot of upside players at tight end. That's the thing. Yeah, but that's the hard part about something like ranking a team like this is, you give yourself a good chance when you collect a lot of them, but score wise, they're not going to say, okay, one of these guys will hit because it's just a bunch of hopefuls.
Have you not read Falcons Camp that Michael Penix has been peppering Kyle Pitts with the ball? A little P&P action, a little PP.
I thought you were talking about that being a book. Like, have you not read Falcons Camp?
Have you not?
No, I've never read it.
Falcons book? Oh, it is soaringly great. Yes, he's like, and Penix came after. He's like, "Hey, we saw you target Pitts a lot."
I'll believe it when I see it, though.
I agree. I'm just saying, but the upside's there. Like, it's not like something like I'm going to overpay for. Like, I'm more concerned about running back. Like, I'll gamble. Arroyo has looked really good so far in Seahawks camp so far. Again, early, Purdy. They get the worms.
Are you willing to move our 26 first to any of these teams?
Yes.
Okay.
Go back to 11.
So let's find a partner that wants our 26
These
first, because I think that's the
These
biggest
teams
thing.
are built really weirdly. Like, this is the number 2 contender, but he has Tony Pollard and Swift.
Just tons of receivers, but not
Do
much.
you only need to start one running back in these leagues?
I mean, right now there's only one. Click on the other ones and see, because each one's a little bit different. So there's 2 here. Is there any other teams with only 1?
That guy's got 3. 3, 2.
Yeah. So he must just have a blank spot in the starting lineup right now.
No, I thought it automatically sets it in this setting. Your highest
No, it's
scoring.
whatever you have set in your starting lineup at the moment is what will be highlighted.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So yeah, he doesn't have all the.
Because obviously this guy would be
players
starting
in
Amon Ra as well. Like, there's no way he's benching him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can we go back to like team 11? Let's see if we can get a running back here off these lower
Yeah,
end
because
teams.
there's some good running backs down there. Saquon. I mean, this is another weird team. They're pretty old overall.
Can we go back?
What, to 12 or?
Yeah, because we have Joe Mixon, right? Oh no, that doo-doo butter
The
team.
Saquon Barkley team.
Yeah, never mind.
We have Woody Marks.
I think go to 11.
It's hard because all these 12-team leagues we've done
11, Pete.
remind me a lot of like 10-team leagues, and everyone's a contender. You know what I mean?
Go to team 11.
Yeah.
There you go. So this was the one you were looking at, Rich?
Yeah, does this guy view himself as a contender though?
Maybe.
That's what's tough, man. Like, because if I had
this
this
one
team,
with CMC and Henry, what was that team?
This guy.
He's got no receivers. There's no way he truly thinks he's a contender.
I would offer him. Let's offer him our first. What's the receivers look like again? Can we throw him a little something back?
Neighbors, JSN, Judy, Samuel, Tillman,
Cedric Tillman.
Johnson. This guy does look like
What
a
if-
Commanders fan too. He has
What if we-
Robinson and McLaurin.
What if we gave him one of our upside tight ends? That won't be enough. Don't say upside receiver, upside tight end, and our first for Christian McCaffrey, but I don't think he'll do it. I don't think that's
We also have Matthew Golden.
I do see him down there. That's what I'm saying. I feel very comfortable moving. Debo's doesn't really help his rebuild thought process.
would Golden and Elijah Aurora, especially with the Noah Fant news that he was cut. Would Golden, Aurora, and our 26 first, is that even close enough to offer for Christian McCaffrey? Or is that just too far?
Oh, I think that's more than fair.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. You're offering a first round receiver. Everybody's in on Golden. So far, he's looked good these last couple of days as well, which is nice to see. His footwork's been spectacular. You're gonna have to offer him some youth, and then he'd want to move off of Henry at some point, but that's his problem after the fact. I would offer him our first
Golden and Elijah Arroyo.
I would prefer to offer him Brenton Strange and gamble on the upside of Arroyo. I think with Strange offers some solid upside, but like not the elite upside. At least Arroyo has the unknown of that, right? Because Brenton Strange coming to the league, second round pick, but he was considered more of a blocking tight end coming in. Really showed last year they can be a receiving threat as well. I line him up more to that Hunter Henry kind of range tight end though, like which can be really good if you're the number one target. He never will be the number one target or the number two target. It's gonna be BT and Travis Hunter. So I would offer him Brenton Strange. I would start with offering him Brenton Strange, Matthew Golden, and our first for McCaffrey. If he's looking to rebuild,
I think that's pretty fair.
I think that's more than fair, Garrett. More than fair.
Yeah.
And then Pat Bryant and Restrepo are on the waiver wire, so just pick them up.
Oh yeah, and then pick up Pat Bryant.
Yeah,
for sure. Not Restrepo.
Yeah.
Pick up Pat Bryant 100%. Pick him.
Yeah,
up.
he's a third round pick.
Yeah, he's going to play the slot in the Broncos.
Just like
offense.
Michael Thomas did.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's literally what you're like chasing, like that Michael Thomas, big wide receivers, big slot receiver upside.
Slant boy, the new slant boy.
Yeah, the new 150 targets. So you pick up Pat Bryant, massage. Like I would cut Adonai Mitchell for Pat Bryant easily.
Kareem Hunt.
I cut Kareem Hunt. Creamy Hunt can go down as well, or Pat Bryant as well. So those are easy moves. But the 2-for-1, Jatavion Sanders can go down, honestly, for Pat Bryant.
We've got so much upside at tight end.
That's good.
Are you picking up Tank Dell? He's on the waiver wire.
I don't think Tank Dell will ever be relevant ever again. If he plays again, he's never going to have the speed. I mean, that leg was shattered in so many different spots, man. If he gets out there and he's relevant again, it's going to be more of a story. But I don't think he'll ever. If he's even
already drafted his replacement.
Yeah, if he's even able to play again, that will be a story. But he'll never be fantasy relevant ever again. That leg is shattered, and it's the second time. So I wouldn't be surprised if he never plays again. To be honest with you.
All right. Yeah, I think that's the big move. Was there any other small moves you want to make, Rich, with this team, or you feel pretty good?
Well, I mean, keep it with teams like that. Like, just keep in mind and watch like who's falling out and try and swoop up their running backs when you can. Right, like those like short value guys. Check when people are putting people in the trade blocks, be mindful of it. Like that's not a team where you're desperate to make a move right away, but you're going to want to.
That same team, real quick, Rich. If he's like, hey, I don't really want to move CMC, but Derrick Henry's available, would you just trade your 26 first straight up for Derrick Henry? Yeah. So I think that's a second kind of alternative there.
Yeah, I might give him I'll still give him Brenton Strange and Matthew Golden for Derrick Henry if he wanted to instead of CMC. If he's like, I think I get more in season for CMC, which I would totally understand him saying that. But yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Okay, cool.
This is Eric's team
oncoming. So this is a 12-team league. This is a super flex league. Start 10 guys. He has depth at wide receiver. His question is, should I move some of these to tier up or keep the depth for the season? So start 10 is fairly average. It's not like a shallow league. It's not a crazy deep one as far as starting lineup goes. Pretty average as far as that goes. So let's look at this roster. We've got Jordan Love, CJ Stroud, Tyler Shuck, Quinn Ewers, who got a lot of love today on Dolphins Twitter. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley. Holy cow, the three horsemen. My goodness. Jordan Mason, Keaton Mitchell. Wide receivers, Nico Collins, Romo Dunze, Jalen Waddle, Xavier Worthy, Jordan Addison, Michael Pittman Jr., Cooper Kupp, Darnell Mooney. Tight ends, we've got Cade Otton, Terrace Ferguson, Luke Musgrave, and Theo Johnson. Rich, we did move our 26 first, which I'm not overly worried about with where our team is, but we still have our second that year, as well as all of our future picks too. So, Rich, right now we are second in dynasty mode. In contender mode, we are currently also second. So we just kind of have one team ahead of us. And yeah, let's look at that team real quick. They have solid running backs, not quite as good as us though. Good receivers. They've got something at tight end, which I think is honestly the biggest difference. And they're a hair better quarterback as well.
We're not making a deal. We need to find tight end, but this is not the team we're dealing with.
Oh, no. I was just wanting to see who's our main competition. We're the number 2 team. Who's our main competition?
Okay.
So,
I think our move here, Garrett, is we need to tier down from Saquon Barkley by getting another running back and getting a tight end back.
I would be totally fine with that. The other name that kind of caught my eye, always does, if you've watched the show a lot, you won't be surprised. But CJ Stroud, another one, tier down from CJ Stroud into somebody and pick up a tight end as well would be the other.
Yeah.
direction.
Oh, easily. I didn't even see CJ Stroud was our quarterback. Did I miss our quarterbacks? My brain is dead. What is going on? Can we go back to our team?
No,
again?
you're good. Jordan Love, CJ Stroud, Tyler
and
Shuck.
viewers.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we could start there, huh?
This team
Okay.
has Bowers and Hawkinson, so we
All right.
want to
Hawkinson,
trade
love
for a.
Right here. Right here. So
Trevor Lawrence. Perfect.
So CJ Stroud.
I'm
with a deal
trying
with
that.
Trevor Lawrence.
I'm trying
And
that.
then
I would take
packaging
CJ
it.
Stroud and TJ Hawkinson. Or sorry, I would take Trevor Lawrence and TJ Hawkinson for CJ Stroud in a heartbeat, I think. And
I think I would do that as well.
let's make sure it's in dynasty mode. Yeah, let's look at that offer.
Once we get it up.
Then we're set to
Guys.
cook.
So team calculator. Then we want Maple Hill, and then what was?
Team we're
There we go. Okay, so
All right. CJ Stroud.
giving up Stroud.
Yep. Which we on our calculator is always going to have slightly less value than other
We know the
people's.
public eyes higher up, so
But I mean,
Oh, dude, this
that's
is a match
fair
made
trade.
in heaven. That's about as perfect of a trade as you can get.
in our eyes, yeah.
Yeah, and most people are going to view CJ Stroud a little bit higher than we do. I think that's a slam dunk, easy, done and done for me.
Yeah, that's a huge win for us. A huge win for us. We get a potential top, capable top 3 finishing tight end, and we just swap quarterbacks that are probably on a points per game value going to be pretty similar. So we get one that offers slight rushing upside. So yeah, I think that's a move. That's one move. Can we go back to that one team that had JJ McCarthy too? Because I'm
Yep.
slowly turning into a JJ slut, so I kind of want to just see.
Yeah, this team definitely needs kind of a upgrade.
Oh, they're in a weird spot. They think they're a contender.
They don't have
They
a tight
are
end.
not.
No, they don't have a tight end that we want.
And we
Yeah,
don't
this-
need
Yeah,
the
we-
running back.
Team-
It'd be
found
an
the
amazing team to trade for if we need a running back, but we
Yeah,
don't.
we found the perfect trade right out the gates. I wonder if who's our running backs again?
Barkley, Bijan, and Gibbs, right?
Yeah.
It's
We go back to that team?
it's so freaking good.
I'm just wondering if see the team that we have. I don't want I'm all in on JJ McCarthy. I don't know if this guy would feel as comfortable swapping CJ Stroud with JJ to be a starter for to compete this year. I would. I'm just wondering after you got Trevor Lawrence, you got Hawkinson. Could you trade Lawrence for JJ McCarthy?
I mean, you could, and you could. I mean, they're pretty close in dynasty startups right now, value wise. So I guess it's all not that Trevor Lawrence is foolproof. I mean, we've seen him over the past few years. He's been good at times, and then he's been pretty rough at times. So I don't know that one is necessarily drastically safer than the other. So I would go back to this owner and just say, dude, whoever you feel more confident in starting on your team, that's Trevor Lawrence because you've seen at least a little bit. Cool. If you're more confident in the scheme fit with the Vikings, cool. Because both have risk, but both have immense upside.
But here's what I was thinking too, Garrett. If he was like, no, dude, I like JJ McCarthy way more than T-Law, I'd be like, all right, what about T-Law and Saquon for Taylor and McCarthy?
I'm a big Jonathan Taylor guy. I'm a big fan of him.
He
I
looked great.
do worry about this offense, though. Is that a pretty big step down from Barkley?
It is pretty big. It is a pretty big step down. You're right. Listen, this is what sluts do. They get all loose out there. So I'm just what I'm trying to do. So I apologize. I'm trying to be too loosey goosey. I honestly think for this one we hit a home run
You
trade
only
off
had right away.
I really do.
Is there any other moves that you would want to try? Like, who are our receivers again? Because that does seem to be a little bit weaker than our running backs.
Our receivers are Collins, Waddle, Addison, Odunze, Cup.
And that
Worthy,
was one of his
Pittman.
questions. He has a lot of guys. Does he consolidate a little bit potentially, or no?
Go to that team right there. So okay. All right. Can we? Oh shit! This guy doesn't have anybody here.
Yeah, Rice would be somebody I'd love to consolidate into if he wasn't missing for the first however much of the season. I mean, we know how you'd feel about that team.
Go.
Ooh, now, Rich, this could be interesting. Now, it's almost impossible to pry somebody like Malik Neighbors from somebody's cold dead hands, but he has zero depth at wide receiver. Do you? I mean, it's a little bit of a risk, but do you give a lot to get Malik Neighbors and consolidate into him?
Who are receivers again? Do we even entertain this offer?
Collins, Waddle, Addison, Odunze, Cup, Worthy, and Pittman, and Mooney.
I like Waddle this year.
Traylon Burks.
I do too.
No, we don't have anything.
We don't have the right pieces to make that work.
For us to make this move to get elite receiver, I think that's where if that's what his concern is. He wants us to find a trade for that outside the first trade we made. This is where we got to start talking to Saquon.
Potentially, yeah. What does that team with Neighbors have at running back?
Let's pull it up. Sorry. Running back:
Okay.
Genty, Brown, Williams, Benson, Tootin.
No.
Can you go by that team that had Drake London? Or that team has a lot of receivers. Go back to the other team that had Ladd McConkey. Gotta be a contender though. No. I feel like if they got Saquon, they have nothing to give back. That's the problem. They probably feel way better. But God, to have that roster and missing that other running back, man,
It's tough.
Is this another team? If that CG Stroud trade didn't go through, Penix and Pitts for Stroud plus maybe.
no. I'm not
You're
giving.
just not interested in Pitts.
Yeah,
not
Pitts is just so
Stroud.
risky still.
Penix is so rich.
Just-
Yeah.
Okay, I just look at Penix and Stroud, and it's like Stroud.
Now, if I can get-
broken, but
No, somebody willing to do that. I'm not sweeping my quarterback's second leg just for another receiver either. Can we go? Who's got again? I mean, we need somebody.
Where was that Drake London team? What team was
Yeah.
that?
We need to talk to contenders. So here we go. They got
This
Marvin
team could
Harrison.
work.
Yeah. I would offer this team. All right, if he wants to, here's the move. Go back up a little, Pete. Gosh, I thought he had RJ Harvey. I was wrong.
He's got Caleb Johnson though. He's got Bucky Irving. Is there something there where we give Saquon and a receiver and get back Drake London and a running back?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Like we'd have to be cuffed. He's not going to give us Caleb. So we had to be comfortable with Chuba.
Then he's not getting a very good receiver back.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying though. That's I don't think I'd be willing to. Like who's our
London
other-
and Chuba? Who's our other receivers? I mean, it would have to be.
I would try Cooper Kupp to see if the name holds for him as a contender, like just to see.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Now I'd be willing to get Pittman.
I'd be willing to give Pittman if that worked, but I think that's it that he would actually want. I don't know that I could give Worthy. I don't think I could give Addison or Odunze.
No, not on top of Saquon. I mean, Saquon holds weight, so.
I mean, what if it's Bucky Irving that we get back?
if we get Bucky back, I'd be willing to give.
Would you do
Addison.
Waddle? Would you do
You'll-
Waddle and Saquon for Drake London and Bucky Irving?
Yes.
I think I would.
Yeah, I would do that too.
I would do, honestly, I'd do Saquon and any receiver not named Nico Collins for Bucky.
I don't want to give up Rome. I can't give up.
I
that
wouldn't
upside.
love it, but Drake London and Bucky Irving, that's a good combo of young players.
Yeah, but Bucky's coming off 1 year at running back again. The short shelf life, you're giving up that long-term depth of Rome. Like, I mean, Rome's comp is Drake London. So I don't love that. Like, I'm trying to form, like, if our team's going to turn into a legit long-term contender, we need Rome to hit. So we have Nico, Drake, and Rome. And Nico's missed the last couple of years with these soft tissue issues too. So, like, I need an upside because otherwise, like, we're like way shallower. Like, if I'm chasing out one upside, I'm giving everybody. I'm not giving up Nico, not giving up Rome. I'm giving up Jalen Waddle, but like only because we're getting Bucky back. You know what I mean? Because again, what's nice about this as well is like I understand. Like I like our first trade of getting Hawkinson because he's a little bit worried about his receivers. I like Rome. We both like Waddle. Everybody loves Nico. Your running back room will carry the weight, right? Like so, if you can get T. Law and Hawkinson picks up your tight end room. You're a legit contender. You're the number 2 in contender. You're 2 and 9. You know what I mean? Like,
what are our picks again? What are our picks again, Pete?
What do I mean in 26? It starts in 27.
Yeah, so it's in 27.
I would
also
how strong our running back room is not just strong. It's like about as elite.
It'll carry you.
Yeah, it will carry you. So like, and we have such good upside at receiver. And like, honestly, I think Waddle comes with a very safe floor in 2025 if Tua stays healthy. And Rome right now is acting as the number 1 receiver in camp. DJ Moore is acting as the number 2, essentially. So like, and to have the depth that we have, also receivers. I mean, I can't remember the other guys. Like we have Cooper Kupp on there. You know what I mean? Like we're okay there. I feel so good about our running back room. I'm more interested in that Hawkins. Like I know his question was receivers. I don't overly love it. That's fine. I don't think you have to overly love it. You're not old. It's solid. And you have Nico, but your running back room will carry everything else, man. Like if you get Hawkinson, I think Hawkinson's a bigger add-on than a receiver.
Would you?
I would 100% agree with that.
For
my tight end is
let's just say.
Hold on, just a second.
If Hawkinson, sorry, yeah.
Hold on, just a sec. So hypothetically, if we're able to make that deal, which I think is a must do, like that's the deal you have to make to get TJ Hawkinson on your team. Figure it out and make that happen. But that being said. Looking at this team, I know Addison's not going to start right away for me. I'm nervous. How quickly is Rome Odunze going to start? I have like a lot of like what ifs on my team. I think that's where I'm looking at some of my seconds and I'm saying, where's just a short-term answer to help me out until I figure out exactly what my wide receiver room is. Is Jalen Waddle back? Is Rome Odunze that guy? Is, all of those things. Because if I can find a Chris Godwin,
3.
What's that?
Addison's an amazing wide receiver 3, having your wide receiver 3 slot.
For sure, but he's suspended to start the year.
Oh, Addison is suspended to start the year.
He's suspended. So that's the thing. Like Addison's, we don't know about right away. We don't know about Waddle right away. We don't know about Odunze. So that's where I think a Chris Godwin, a Terry McLaurin, somebody that's inexpensive, that's a little bit older, to just kind of help bridge the gap until we feel solid and secure. A Jerry Jeudy, to bridge the gap until we feel solid and secure about all these young upside pieces.
Yeah,
Mike Evans.
Can you go back to team 5 real quick?
Yep.
Calvin
Ridley, another one. Yep.
Yeah, this is where I'm looking at. Like Calvin Ridley this guy's got tight ends and he's got Calvin Ridley. He's real thin. Does he really think he's a contender, Dak? He probably does. And Baker.
He might, but you could give him somebody slightly younger to like help extend his window. Because you're telling him, look, Rashee Rice is not helping you week 1. So it's probably going to be a long haul for you, dude.
Yeah, he needs, that's the thing. We want a receiver from him, but he needs a receiver. So
he does. But Ridley falls into that same group of McLaurin and all of those guys that can I get somebody for a second to kind of help push, make me safe the first few weeks until I figure out how the dust settles with everybody else.
And that's the thing. I don't
What
know what
about-
receiver we're going to get for a second that makes us feel that way over the guys that we're even going to play over the guys we have. Like,
McLaurin, Godwin, Ridley. I think
you're not
those are
getting
the three
McLaurin for a
main.
second, a late second. You're not getting McLaurin for a
With
late
the
second.
contract dispute right now, you might be able to.
Yeah. I mean, maybe for somebody who rides a short bus, but not anybody else.
All right, well, then
what
sprinkle
about
on the
like
magic
if you
third.
give Pittman and for Ridley on that team?
You
I
could
would
try.
do that. I'd
Okay.
feel better about that.
I
I really
really
love
Cam
Cam
Ward. I
Ward.
don't know it'll work.
I like Cam Ward and Calvin Ridley for 2025 a lot.
Because this guy, he has to know that he's not.
It might work. Just a little flip. Hey, man, you want to get a little younger?
Also,
try.
yeah, if that Hawkinson trade falls through, this is another good team
Yeah.
to be targeting for tight end.
And this is a team where, like, all of a sudden we can start entertaining. Like, if you go back, like, this team does feel like he's out of it. Like, it's not tight end premium, so it kind of sucks. But, like, this is where I'm entertaining offering him. Like, hey, I would be interested in.
Would you do Stroud for Dak and Ingram? I'd probably want a little bit more, but
Ridley.
and Ridley.
Are you
Honestly, yeah, that
I
might be
prefer
a little
not
bit.
to because I want to keep my quarterback room young. I was thinking more of like, do we just throw like, all right, dude, like if you're out of it, like I feel like this guy feels like he's in it, but like in a tight end and like Ridley for a first, like if Evan Ingram eats this year, which you very well could, in Denver. But that's like I'd rather wait till in season that both those guys are healthy and active before I make a move like that. I'm really feeling I keep falling back to our old trade, Garrett, like the first one we came out with 10 minutes ago. So I think that's
Sometimes
where I want.
your best thought is your first one.
Yeah, I kind of want to rock with that. Everything else, I feel like I'm thinking like in season, finding value at tight end. He's concerned about receiver. I'm way more concerned about tight end, like way more concerned. I'm comfortable with the receiving room. Not glorious, but definitely good enough to win with those running backs. Because that's the thing. You're not like looking at your receiving room. Look at your team as a whole, and that team as a whole with that running back room and quarterbacks. You find a tight end, you're golden, dude. Because you can score 90 points with just those three running backs easily. 90 points.
It's within reason. It's within reason. All right. So as we move on to our next one, Bruce just asked the question. He said that chart graph that you guys have up now, where can I find that? I have good news for you, my friend. If you scan that Fast Draft code right there, Fast Draft's one of our partners. You deposit $10. That's all you got to deposit. Now, I would recommend personally depositing $50 because they're going to double your deposit. So that gives you $100 to play with. And they're a best ball site. They're a lot like an Underdog, but there's just more opportunities there than on Underdog because it's newer. There's not as many sharks and things like that. But when you do that, we give you the Dynasty GM for a full year absolutely free. And that's in our entire bundle. So you'll get those graphs that show you how good your team is compared to the rest of the league. That'll give you our trade calculator. But then even outside of the GM, you also have opportunities to get our nerd score, which has outpaced NFL draft capital for fantasy football over the past 5 seasons. It'll give you our film room if you want to look at these rookies by themselves, an extra podcast of hearing us talk about players and rookies, etc. So that's the best way. If you want to get that on the cheap, get it there with the Fast Draft promo code.
Yeah,
Nerds.
they got the rabbit going right now. No break whatsoever. You get the film room to watch rookies. It's all 22 film that's condensed down, and it's kind of surprising. Like people are still watching this and don't know about our app. Can you go back to our app, Peter, real quick? A little promo here, real quick. People, I want to show people. Like, I swear, we if you see anybody else's app that kind of looks like this, just know this is the first. Everybody else is just kind of like copying. But this app, like again, you get to input all your leagues: ESPN, MyFFPC, Sleeper, MFL, Flea Flicker, all your league accounts. You just hit the league account button over here, and you can upload all those different fantasy platforms, manual leagues. Then you go to your accounts. The league analyzer is what we normally use. It's my favorite tool in all of Dynasty. Again, you can flip that through contender mode and Dynasty mode, right up here in the top right-hand corner. Contender, Dynasty mode, or your own personal rank set. Now, remember, you can upload your own personal rankings, or you can upload all your, and you can label each one. It's not just one you can have. You can have Matthew Berry, Matthew Harmon, JJ Zacharyson, Rob Wazik, whoever the fantasy footballers, Rich Dotson only. Like you can create all these different rank sets and this toggle
through that thing. And the whole app will run off of that rank set if you wanted to, if you create it that way. It will show you your player shares. We have a league trade finder in here. So our trade finder, for example, when you go there, when you go to browser, so it's a trade browser, essentially. You could type in, these are real trades in real leagues. So we scrape these from all these different real leagues from all these different sites, and you can kind of filter it for certain players. What's the format, and actually see real trades of what these players are going for. This app is so great for everything you want to do in Dynasty. It's going to show you your player shares to see if you're too overvalued. Values are rankings. They have a calculator. You can do mock drafts inside this tool and get you ready. And what's nice about our mock drafts is, as well as like they're set up. Like if you want to run a mock draft, say you have a rookie draft, and you have the 1-1, the 1-3, the 1-9, the 2-1, the 2-8. Our tool already knows that, and you're mock drafting right inside, right away in there. You can do customized leagues, do your own mock drafts, any way you want to do it. We got Scott Fishbowl drafts. I can't tell people enough to download the Dynasty GM app in your app store. It's absolutely free. Now, of course, you can't utilize it to its full extent without being a Nerd member, but like Garrett said, for $10, you can make that happen. This tool, especially the League Analyzer, which is going to keep you prevented from being stuck in the middle and expedite trades, is going to make you a better Dynasty player. Like 100%. That League Analyzer, again, when you want to, how quick do we do this, right? Like, oh, dude, I need a running back. Who's got running backs? By the time you start looking at your league, all right, here's the first team, second team. By the time you get to the 11th team, you don't remember what the first team had and what you can go back and forth. This lets you toggle everything right away and kind of like start crafting and framing those trades very quickly. The Dynasty GM to me is the best Dynasty app in the game. One of the only Dynasty apps in the game, by the way.
Absolutely. And Pete reminded me of something too. There are some places where you can't play fast draft. So you're like, well, shoot, I wanted to get the free year. I can't do it. I don't have any sort of discount. We also offer a promo code Roster Rescue for 15% off your Dynasty Nerds membership. So if you use the code Roster Rescue, we'll give you 15% off that yearly thing as well. So lots of different ways.
How about this, Garrett? If somebody nukes who's not a Nerd member and they want a free membership, next one to nuke gets a free year of Nerd.
Let's do it. Next nuke.
Can we just have it, even if they are a Nerd Herd member, it'd be like a code for to give to a league mate or something?
This is just to try to help out the cause. This is for the cause. The Nerd Herd already has it way good. They have it really good. Okay? This isn't trying to take it away. We're trying to give back here. So Bruce, right now, if he wanted to nuke a team, right now, he'll get a free year Nerd Herd membership. If he wants to, it goes fast usually. So if somebody nukes right now, let's do it. You okay with that? Will you send them the Nerd Herd? Because I can't do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm able to do that.
Let's
do Jay Loading's team right now, though. He's been waiting for like 4 shows to get his team done.
It's been
pull it up.
It's been a long time.
Come on, let's Greg the games.
I don't know we have 2 Jays coming up. One of them will be him.
All right.
So this first one, by the way, I was looking at Twitter for news in case if we needed to break anything. Have you seen the news about Class A?
No, what happened?
You get traded?
Nope. PED and gambling suspension.
Unbelievable. Are you serious, dude? Dude.
Life of a Cleveland sports fan. All right, here we go. We have
with Louis. Oh, son of a bitch!
Awesome. Life of a Cleveland sports fan.
Okay.
This is
story of my life, dude.
That's what we do.
Okay.
All right. So this one is for Josh. We have a Josh and then a Joshua. Hopefully, Jay Loading, maybe this is your team. But this is a Superflex tight end premium. So we got the tight end premium back here. This team is currently 8th in Dynasty mode. We have Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, running backs, Devon Achane, Alvin Kamara, Tyjae Spears, Braylon Allen, Tyler Algier, wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, T. Higgins, Kyle Williams, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, Demario Douglas, Alec Pierce. And then at tight end, we have Tyler Warren and Tucker Kraft, along with Oronde Gadsden. So right now, this team does not have their own first in 2026, but they do have Neighbors Know My Name. So we'll see where they are in contender mode. We are currently in 5th. So we're right there on the cusp of being a contender. The pick that we have is a few spots below us, kind of a middle of the road type of team. All right, Rich, I read it all off. I'm going to let you take things away because I've been drinking water like crazy lately and I got to pee real bad.
All right. Can we go back? I want to see my quarterbacks one more time. The Class A news was kind of clouding my brain there. Just God, Cleveland sports fans. Nobody could ever touch my heart because it's always broken. Lamar, Russell Wilson. This is Superflex tight end premium. Lamar, Russ Wilson, Daniel Jones, Achane, Spears. I am. All right, Pete, let's find our first.
Okay. Can switch it to this.
This guy's not going to like it, but we gotta cue the dynamite.
What's her name again? Old folks. Okay.
There it is.
Guy. Wait, was it here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So the wide receiver twos.
Okay.
And they are in contender mode. Okay, team 4. Let's see if we can make a move here.
Oh, my bad. They're 11. Or why does it look weird?
What are we doing?
Okay.
Okay. All right, this
Man,
team.
This is a weird team.
Yeah, this team is definitely going to be interested.
326 firsts as well.
Can you put in? Can you go back to average Joes and then what is average Joes in contender mode? What about dynasty mode?
6.
Okay.
And then dynasty is 5.
Okay, can you go back to that team now?
Which one?
That team that has our first.
Okay. This is it. Yep.
Okay. I want to see what Garrett. Cause I really want to blow this team up, and I would like to start with this team that has all this draft capital, and put them right into the contender chair. Personally, I want to offer them T. Higgins. I want to offer T. Higgins and Lamar Jackson, and I want Justin Herbert. So Garrett, can you go back? So
Yes.
Garrett, for this team, like I'm real interested in just blowing this team up.
I had the same thought when I saw only one quarterback that I could trust on this team.
Yeah.
I had the same kind of thought.
So this team here, Garrett, has our first. I want it back.
Okay.
Right? They have 3 quarterbacks, and Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
So I would love to start here with getting our first,
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and I'm offering him back Lamar Jackson, Geno Smith, and T. Higgins, which is going to decimate our.
Do we have
receiver.
Geno?
Wasn't he our quarterback too?
We have Russell Wilson.
Oh, Russ Wilson. Just somebody to give him another third quarterback.
Okay.
And then Higgins.
Do we need?
So it's saying that we could get a little bit more back hypothetically. I don't know that you're going to get much more back.
I don't think we. I want another. He's somebody
With it being
draft
our own pick.
Yeah. Can we get back? Can you go back to? Can we get like can you go to that team's picks? Like I'm looking to try and. Can I get average Joe's 2027 second too? You know what I mean? Like I want that. Like throw it in
Something
there.
small on top just to.
Because with our team structure, and it doesn't stop there, because then we're looking to probably move Achane and like as well,
Which is hard to do. I love Achane. I know you do as well.
Yeah.
But we have 2 running backs that can fetch us a pretty hefty price right now.
Yeah. So then I'm moving Alvin Kamara in season when his value is reestablished early. Somebody's need running back help. Kamara's going to look good. You know, I'm aiming for maybe I get that 27 second and Kamara now for a 27 first. If I could do that, Stephon Diggs or like a Kamara and Diggs package when they're both do well for a 27 first. If I could do that, that'd be really nice to move off of.
Mhm.
Amon-Ra, I'm okay with sticking with, unless I get the
I'll
right
say he
deal.
might be the only player that survives this, honestly.
Yeah, because that'll give us Herbert and T-Law at quarterback. So we fix that right away. Gives us H.N. at running back and Amon-Ra, and it would give us
What's our tight end?
back.
What, Garrett?
What's our tight end, Pete?
Kraft, Warren. And
Okay. I'll probably just leave those alone since they're upside guys.
Give us 226 first. Because I just don't see anything like. I mean, you can hope Daniel Jones starts. You're so thin at running back, man. Like, you hope Daniel Stone starts or Russell Wilson can be okay, and Lamar's good enough that as your quarterback one that you can kind of like a wing and a prayer try and rock with this team, dude. But like, you're selling yourself short from the window to get out and blow it all up.
The nice part is
also
you
a
have
start 11.
Yeah, so you need to be
It's a
pretty
little
deep in a
deeper.
start 11. The nice part about this is you have so many good assets that are going to fetch a huge return. And Amon-Ra by no means is off limits for me. If somebody comes calling and has a good offer, sure, he's just not one I'm necessarily like actively pursuing. Like I have to get him off my team.
So let's look at those contending teams in 3-1 just to see here, because I'm with you 100%. Like, let's see, like if we could tear down 4+. You know what I mean? Like,
Oof.
Team
Also, side note,
Team
he
3 could use a
actually just
receiver.
completed a trade for Amon-Ra. He gave up Drake May and Devonta Smith for Amon-Ra and a second round pick.
that's why his quarterback's terrible. Like, again, you did yourself no service there.
I mean, the value's
I
not
get-
far off there. Like,
no,
I
the
get
value's
the
fine, but
value.
like, I get it. I get why you did it, but like, it didn't. Like, can we
It
go
doesn't
back
help
up?
you win this year.
Guy has Nico, Ryan Thomas, Garrett Wilson. Okay, he's got Genty. Can you go? Who's his
Team
other
1
running
could
back?
probably
Oh.
use either Amon-Ra or HN or Kamara as well.
So I take that back. He's been talking with the Drake May owner to give
about
up
getting Drake
Amon-Ra
May.
for that.
Ooh, that would be an intriguing move for me.
Let's find the team.
Did I miss it?
Drake May is hiding from us.
Yeah, he is.
There he is.
There he is. There he is.
There he is. Okay.
Unless we can afford it.
Okay. So he could also use some running backs.
Oh yeah, you can use them.
But what are we getting in return? So we would get he has 226 firsts. He's got a 27 first, his own.
So I'd rather try and do the package deal by packaging Lamar and T. Higgins, 2 quarterbacks.
I like that one better as well, I think, depending on how we can make this work. But Drake May, Amon-Ra. And so if that's the case, if that's what he's doing, he's trying to become a contender. So Alvin Kamara would probably be a nice piece for him in a trade like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Garrett.
Because the current trade offer as it stands right now is this.
That
So he would be
somebody
getting-
else offered him this,
Yes.
so it's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love giving up my second because that's probably going to be an early second.
Yeah,
That's the only issue I have with this, though. And I honestly like Smith's a tough one for me. Smith would be like a turn and burn type of guy for me because if I'm more in a rebuild, he's going to get me too many points, but he's never going to be a difference maker on the other end for me. So he's a pretty quick like turn and burn guy for me.
I would be okay with this if so let's say we take it back, we counter, we keep our second. You have Amon, but I want May and Devontae Smith. Are you okay with
That's
that?
what I'm trying to do.
Then because now we're gonna try and find to move Lamar, and maybe like our offer that one team Lamar.
We could throw in like Stephon Diggs or something if you want something else. Like, okay, take an old
Cup,
receiver that's not going to help me in my rebuild.
Diggs. Okay.
Or Cooper Cup. Diggs or Cup, like I'm fine with him taking either
I'd
one.
offer Cup over Diggs. I think Diggs will offer more value in season.
All right, yeah, either one. I think both are players I want off my roster because if I'm getting my pick back, I want that pick to be as high as possible, and those guys are going to hurt that.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying. Like that, talking about one team that we're doing that double one for like that trade. Like we're trying to get our pick back. That's why I was like, you said the second's not a deal breaker for me getting that team. To me, getting Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert and our pick back for T. Higgins and this guy who's
this is the guy that we're doing his league right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So but Rich, I'm with you. That first trade is my ideal trade. If I can make a trade work where I can get multiple quarterbacks back for that guy getting it, the upgrade at quarterback, plus I'm getting my first round pick back, and I'm moving on from a guy like T. Higgins, which I like T. Higgins, but we know he's a huge injury risk and he's not a reliable piece that you want on more of a rebuild type team. And I get it. It's tough to rebuild in this type of scenario because you're like, I'm so close. But you're going to get a gluttony of assets back because I'm afraid you're going to constantly be in third or fourth and just not have the horses with not having that second quarterback to really be able to compete. So now you're going to get a gluttony of assets to really build a true dynasty.
Yeah. And listen, and this happens in dynasty sometimes. And this is where you hurt yourself, where you're like, dude, I'm so close, man. I got so close, like to building it, but like you just couldn't get there. And you have to realize like, odds are I'm not going to get there, but waiting too long, you're going to hurt yourself, right? Like, and you kind of done that like now, right? Like you're real thin. You have a nice team on your hands. Like it's not terrible, but your quarterbacks like Russ Wilson, Daniel Jones, like just killed you, right? Like you're just, unfortunately did. You probably, like I said, if everything went right, like Devon A. Chan's the top 3 running back, Lamar Jackson's running back 1, Amon Ron's St. Brown's top 4, T. Higgins sneaks in as a wide receiver 1, Stephon Diggs is tight wide receiver like 15, right around there. You have and Tajay Spears, you start him over Kyle Williams because he gets enough like receiving game. You have a shot to compete. But man, like I'm just trying to get out from under this while I can because like Diggs' value, Kamara's value is probably going to plummet after this year. I think Diggs and Kamara are your weights. But say like say that one trade, he's not trading you the 2 quarterbacks from Lamar and T. Higgins, and say like, hey, dude, I need another quarterback. You make the Amon-Ra move for Devontae Smith. Now it gives you Drake May, Devontae Smith, T. Higgins, Stephon Diggs, and Cooper Kupp. I am now trying to find a trade partner still for Lamar, and I'm still trying to move Lamar for a tier down quarterback, preferably younger. Again, who's the JJ McCarthy team? Let's go ahead and just get nasty with it, right? Who's got
Cam Ward would be somebody else I'd be interested in as well.
Cam Ward would be somebody very interested in.
This
Right
guy.
here.
Number 1 team.
Oh wow.
They might like to upgrade because they have some great tear down options. Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, and JJ McCarthy. All 3 guys I would love to tear down from Lamar too.
Dude. Okay. He's number 1. Let's see if we can push this guy over the edge. We're gonna give him Lamar.
And his choice of Purdy or Love with McCarthy?
Purdy or Love, whoever we want. We want one of those 2.
Let's take the cheaper one just to make it easier on ourselves. So Purdy.
Who are his running backs?
Side note, that's his main trade partner.
Oh, I love it.
So
I love
that's
hearing
good.
that.
All right. We're giving him T. Higgins because we're asking for a Mecca. We're giving him T. Higgins.
He's winning by about 3,300 points.
Yeah, we need to give more.
Perfect to get us a pick. Get me a first round pick in there, baby.
No.
No.
No, we have to give
We
more.
need to get more.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to give more?
Oh, 100%,
yeah.
dude. Yeah, dude. Give him Purdy and McCarthy and a Mecca.
I mean, that's huge, but we're giving top 3 startup player.
Yeah, but I mean that's fine. But we're getting
All right,
JJ.
if we have to give more, we'll give more.
Yeah, I'll give more.
Why is this so small, Peter? Put your pants back on.
There's other people you should be asking that other than me.
Oh, calm down, cowboy.
Whoa.
This kind of rodeo we're at.
Whoa, Mr. Confident.
I'm like, okay, is this the team? Is this a team that we tear down from like Achan from? And we make this guy the guy to beat. Because if we throw an Achan, we're talking.
I mean, what other assets do he has?
Oh, he's selling 227 first easy. Heavy.
What
Okay.
are those 27? So Sonic.
Right, Sonic and Neighbors. Neighbors is middle of the road. Sonic's a better team.
That's contender.
But let's look at Sonic though. Is it
Yeah,
an
how old is
older
he?
Gibbs?
No, he's a pretty young team.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's the other one?
Neighbors,
Ward. That's
very unsecure.
Oh, this is yeah. This is
Taylor
a good,
Swift,
oh, this is a good
Pacheco.
27 first right there.
Yep, that's a good one to have.
Okay.
and he doesn't have a first till 28.
Listen, I didn't wear these assless chaps not to party. Okay. Throw in Devon Achan
You get the 2 first.
and ask for RJ Harvey.
So where's that put us?
Scott
It's got to be
Garcia.
fairly close. I'm guessing we have the slightly better side.
Oh boy. Epilepsy warning.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're getting a little bit more. So we probably can't get RJ Harvey 2.
No,
Oh.
we're our side is
Losing.
4,000.
Oh, I'm reading it backwards. It's saying
Yeah.
we need
Yeah.
more.
You're dyslexic today.
I really am.
I don't like, okay. If you're rebuilding,
We don't value 27 firsts on this calculator.
yeah. If
Like,
we're
those should
rebuilding
be
here,
higher.
I love this trade.
I have to say, I don't know how, if you're a number one team and you see that offer on your left and you know you're slightly overpaying, but you're getting Lamar Jackson, T. Higgins, and Devon Achan, you're giving up 2 years down the road picks that you don't care about, and you're giving up a quarterback who's never taken a snap.
Wait,
in the
where's
NFL.
Emeka Buka? Did we lose Emeka?
Oh, we lost to Mecca.
Yeah, Emeka needs to be in there. That's what we're
I
missing.
added him. I think he's just not showing up in the UI.
He's not showing up for some reason.
Oh, he's
Oh,
right
there
here.
we are. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Wow. This
Honestly, and if I'm a contender, I like this deal for me too.
I don't hate it. I really don't.
Like, I think this is a really fair deal. And look, if you could squeeze more, sure, absolutely go for it. If you think you can get more for this guy, you've dealt with him, you've worked with him before, or if you think I can get a slightly better version of one of those players that's already on his team, cool. But I think even with our calculator showing that the other side is greater, I think this is a very fair deal for both sides.
Yeah, you don't want if I get this deal, I promise by 2027, you are the winner of this deal. I feel really good about this, Garrett, because like you're giving up Lamar, getting up there a little bit, giving up T,
Get 2 quarterbacks.
get up HN. Like again, this team is getting 3 for sure's, and you're taking all upside outside of Brock Purdy, all upside. You fix your quarterback situation right away. You still have Amon Rossi Brown and Emeka Buka going to 2026. You have 327 first. You still have another running back to go with Kamara, and you're still trading Kamara and Diggs in season, man.
Let me ask you this real quick. Who do you feel better about, Purdy or Love? Because in this scenario, I think now we can choose who we'd rather have. Would you rather have Jordan Love or would you rather have Brock Purdy? Because they're almost identical to me in value.
Yeah, identical. I think I like Love's upside a little bit more, but I like Purdy's floor is about as safe. He's never not been a quarterback.
J Loading, whoever you like more, ask for that guy.
Yeah, either way. I'm either gonna go either way. I'd probably take Purdy for since we are taking so much risk, and I do believe in Jordan Love a lot, that how he played last year. But I think this all right, well,
He doesn't like Love as much. Perfect.
Yeah, take Love. Honestly,
Put Love in there and then add something else if you can. If he's like, oh, I don't really like Love, so that's an easy deal. If he values him low, try to get something else.
You know what? sometimes like I don't want to like overdo what he's already given up a lot. I don't like to overdo it, despite what the calculator says. I think those 27 first, definitely from that one team on top of your first as well. Like once you look, here's the thing: you want to go into 2026. Like you're leading to 2027 for the big step forward because now you fix your quarterback situation. Once you move Diggs and once you move Diggs off your roster with Kamara. Like you're better off. Your 26 pick is going to be a little bit higher, so you can kind of grab a running back. But like I'm really trying to like push it so my 27 first is a little bit higher as well, and then I have the other ones. So I want to get Ryan Williams. I want to get Jeremiah Smith. One of those two, or like and then trade like another pick if I can, if possible. Even move back out of my 26 first. Like if I could tear down from my 26 first for another 27 first and somebody's 26 first, that'd be great. But like I think this trade. It looks like you're giving up a monster, which you are. It's not about what you're giving up. It's about what you're getting back in your long-term success, right? Like we're trying to rebuild a team here. And singular, like you're probably your best. Those are your best assets outside of Amon-Ra St. Brown. But look what you're getting back. And yes, it's upside. RJ Harvey could do nothing whatsoever. Emeka Buka, I think he's one of the safest prospects in this draft outside of Ashton Genty. So I think his floor is super safe. I think he has the potential to be the Chris Godwin in that offense and be a wide receiver one. So you have the upside to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that deal does two things, Garrett. It sets us up for the future and it insulates our Amon-Ra St. Brown share where we no longer have to worry about giving that up. Like now we're ready to take a step forward and that pushes our rebuild significantly closer than making that May trade or any other trade that we offered. If we can make that deal happen, we are ready to start knocking heads. No gloves.
So there's plenty of options. We just gave you a ton of options. Even the very first trade that we talked about where you're getting your first back and, like there's a lot of options on the table, but I think that monster trade is going to be the best foot forward for you.
It's like a kid just won $1,000 scratch off walking into a candy store. The options are just endless.
And
you're a happy customer walking out of there.
All right, on to the next one here. We go from Josh to Joshua. Joshua has the number 4 team in kind of the last team in the top tier teams, according to our dynasty projections here. Looking at this team, this is a super flex tight end premium league. And overall, we are starting 10, so pretty average starting size. Said, I know I should feel better about my team, but I have serious concerns with regards to how I will compete and be able to compete with the top 3 contenders. I feel like I built something solid and sustainable, but I don't know if I see myself as a true contender. So let's look at this team right now. We've got quarterback Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Cam Ward. Running back, we've got Travion Henderson, Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Tyrone Tracy, Trey Benson, Zach Charbonnet. Wide receivers, not a lot of them, but they're good. We've got Malik Neighbors, JSN, Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, Jordan Addison, and Chris Godwin. Tight end wise, we're looking at TJ Hawkinson, Tucker Kraft, Mason Taylor, Evan Ingram, and Brenton Strange. A fantastic tight end room there. But we do not have a first round pick until 2028. We've got a couple extra seconds there in 2027 on top of our own. So right now he said he's a little concerned with competing with these top teams. We're in 4th in dynasty mode. Let's see where we're at in contender, Pete. Contender, we're in the same spot. We're just kind of a little bit behind these teams, but we don't have the first round draft capital to work with. So Rich, how confident are you in this team really being a contender?
Very confident. I like this team a lot. I love your quarterback room. You have the one that the other guys just got to be slightly above average, and Jaden Daniels carries the rest of the load. Yeah, Kenneth Walker and Travion Henderson are 2 very good starting running backs. You start with the upside, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, Tajay Spears, Tyrone Tracy. You got some depth there. Can we fix that? For sure, but you got some depth there. And what's nice is you're so deep at tight end, I think you'll be able to find a trade partner where like you can kind of tier up.
And it's premium too.
Running back. Yeah, it's tight end premium. So I think your tight end room is going to be your saving grace to make a move. Probably with another contender like Team 5 behind you. They're thin at running back though, but like, can they do? Dang, I was wondering like you threw a tight end, like you kind of like tier up a little bit. What about Team 6?
6 or 10? Jacobs would be a really nice, not crazy expensive addition, but somebody that kind of gets us until Travion is the guy that we think he is.
Xavier
They're all young. I don't know that he really wants to move any of those guys.
Nope. Here's what I like about Josh Jacobs. Going back to Kamara. Hold on. He has Scatterbo too because we have Tyrone Tracy. Who's his tight ends?
Kelsey, likely Hunter.
He's probably not overly anxious to make a move for a tight end.
Go to the Josh Jacobs team.
Yeah. Who's his
six? I think that was 6. Pete.
Yep.
Okay.
Jonnu, Loveland, Goddard.
He's not overly involved too because I would love to like give our running back and a tight end for like Jacobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. But yeah, what about 7 and 8? Let's just kind of go down the line and see what everybody has. Kyron isn't my favorite, but he would work for a 1-year thing. But he's not my favorite to go after. Who's at 8 and 9?
This guy has to think that he's a rebuild.
He does need a tight end though. Not ideal. What about 9?
This is the Kamara team.
Oh, this is the team we already talked to. Who's 10? Oh, 10 was the one with all the guys that are all young. Man, that's going to be tough. So Kyron's not my favorite guy to go after, Rich. And it's all going to depend on the cost, but he would be kind of that nice safety blanket if the cost isn't too high. And they do desperately need tight end as well.
Yeah, but once you take Kyron off the team, they're dead in the water. We're not gonna like what.
Well, I don't think they think they're contenders. At least I would assume.
I know,
not.
but it's saying what tight end are we going to offer him for? Like, we don't have no draft picks. Like, I don't think there's a path here, man.
You don't
Not
think so?
for Kyron.
I would think on a team that views themselves more as a rebuild, they would like to get Kyron off their team, but maybe
yeah,
not.
They're probably looking at for first round picks. We don't have any of those.
Yeah, but we got a guy like a Mason Taylor that I think does interest people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that lets you through the gate. It's not letting you knock on the door.
Well,
What
what
about,
other
like, an
running backs do we
Addison?
have? What's that?
What about an Addison if I'm a rebuilding team?
Addison's interesting. The problem is I don't think he needs receiver as bad as he needed tight end, right? Or what does he have?
Let's see. West Coast. No.
You could use receiver. That's not
the right team.
Luka, Thomas.
No, he doesn't need a receiver.
He's
all.
got great receivers.
Yeah.
Would DeAndre Swift and Mason Taylor, would that be enough to at least start the conversation or no?
I mean, not for me, but
I'm really high on Mason Taylor, so maybe that's my bias showing. I want all the Mason Taylor shares I can get.
I mean, it's worth an offer. Like, is there a contender that needs like a tight end help that we could like tiered like?
This team does not. They are good.
George Kittle. I'm just wondering. We only look down. No, not really either.
Maybe 5.
This guy.
This guy.
Gesicki
Yeah, so here,
desperately needs it.
yeah. So here we go.
But he only has James Cook.
So, but hold on. I mean, we have a lot of like running back depth, right?
We have some depth, yeah. We just don't have a lot of starting caliber.
Henderson, Montgomery, Swift, Williams.
Can we offer him?
Charbonnet.
Can we offer him David Montgomery, like Mason Taylor, for his first? And then we utilize that first when needed for a running back.
To try to go get Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, or something along those lines. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we can't offer him Javonte Williams. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't.
No, that won't move the needle. I'm worried David Montgomery won't even move the needle enough either.
And that's my concern too, man, is David Montgomery won't either. But he needs running back help and he needs tight end help. So, like, he's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be a late first. I don't really care. But, like, if we could.
He doesn't have a first.
Doesn't even have a first. This son of a. He doesn't have any first.
All right, Rich, as we're talking it through, I do see this team's like kind of concern where he's like, do I really have enough to compete with these Giants? And even though he's got good players on his team that I do like, I understand his concern because there's just not a lot of natural trades and natural trade partners out there right now for him to try to get himself to be a competing team.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Do
Like,
we go back to our team for a second, Pete?
Who's
Do we-
receivers are fine, right? Can we go back to receivers just to see?
I
Because
think our
we're trying to
receivers
finish.
are pretty solid. Yeah.
Dude,
Neighbors,
I'm-
Smith, Godwin.
Listen, man, the path here is that like you're overloaded at tight end. Tucker Kraft is going to eat this year. You got to move a tight end, but like you're going to have to figure out like who's ready to take a
Do we
contender.
move Hawkinson then?
I have no problem moving Hawkinson on this team.
I think Hawkinson might be the kind of guy that can get us a Josh Jacobs.
Everybody we're talking to though is like not a contender, so Mason Taylor's going to be more attractive to them than
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like I don't think that guy's going to move Josh Jacobs for like. Okay, can we give Hawkinson? Yeah, I'd give Hawkinson and David Montgomery for Josh Jacobs. Yes, can we do that instead? Or like, hey,
I
if you
would
want Mason
try.
Taylor, give me Mason Taylor. There's not a lot of options here for us, unfortunately, with this team. Like, like waiting for in season and for a tight end to go down and get like help, and like you need draft picks to like, trade for a running back. So I'm okay with that too, instead of players. But like,
Yeah, and he was another one of those teams that didn't really need the tight end. And that's the hard part is a lot of the teams that would be interested in a guy like Hawkinson just don't really need a tight end.
Yeah, this is almost like you just have to sit and wait for an injury and hope it's not one of your guys.
and listen, your team's fine. Like you're starting Trevion Henderson, by the way, over David Montgomery right out the gate. You're starting DeAndre Swift over David Montgomery out the gate. You hope Javonte hits Spears and Tracy. Like your team's fine. Like now, how's your running back room going to look going into 2027? Well, to be told, I guess. It's not like kind of Walker's old though, as long as he can fix those injuries.
It's nice that they have Charbonnet too. To back
all
them
right,
up.
hold on.
Just in case.
What about is anybody okay? Here's another move. I'm okay, Garrett. Let's go back to team. I'm gonna totally flip the script here. 7.
Okay.
Okay. We have 3 quarterbacks that are all young.
Okay.
I'm offering this team Drake May. What do we have to give on top for Drake May and Lad McConkey, or Kyron Williams and Lad McConkey?
Drake May.
He needs a quarterback bad.
And this same team did need tight end, right? So is it TJ Hawkinson?
Mason Taylor. What? Get him,
If
he's
Mason
going-
Taylor
for
gets
who?
it done,
Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey and Kyron.
What was? Is there any receiver like that we could like do like a toss in?
Could toss in a Jordan Addison if we're
No,
keeping
too bad.
Hawkinson.
It's got to be like just to give him somebody back that. Scroll down a little bit, Pete.
Is this guy trying to rebuild, or is he trying to win? This team.
I think he's
This
trying to
team
rebuild.
desperately needs a quarterback. That's what they need.
Yeah.
I think that's
That's what
their
they're going
biggest
to
concern.
he's really deep at receiver.
I mean, if he needs a quarterback, then that's more than a fair trade. Yeah,
It's true. I don't know that we have to give up too much more.
You have to be worse on value.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the offer I'm offering.
I think so too.
If he
Because
wants,
I know I completely pivot on you, Garrett, but like I think this.
no, I'm fine with that. We didn't have anything that I felt great about.
Our running back room's not better, but we could significantly upgrade. So that give us then. Oh no, it is significant. So give us
No, it's
Kyron.
better because Kyron helps us right now.
What we got? So go back to our team then. If we can
Yeah.
make this happen, this would give us Jane Daniels. Can you go back and Cam Ward,
yes.
Kyron Williams, Trevion Henderson, Kyron Williams gives us complete flexibility now to trade. If any of these other running backs, Javonte, DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, kind of like hit Tajay Spears, you have a lot of flexibility here. But now look at our
Like
receivers.
consolidating running backs, even if you're able to.
Then you can consolidate. Now that opens the door of
now you have Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Jordan Addison, all on the table. And you're still deep at receiver, tight end. So now this gives you an opportunity to either get a lot of draft, like now it gives you the flexibility to trade DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison with a running back and a tight end and get a lot of draft capital in the future and kind of set yourself up for the future. And your starting lineup is unbelievably sexy with Ladd, Jackson Smith, Malik, Waddle, and then Kyron, Kenneth Walker, and Trevian. And you're thin at quarterback, yes, which it's okay with living it because that during their one bye week, you're just going to start one of those receivers, Godwin. Like it's fine. Like,
and those chances are there's going to be somebody you can always get for cheap that the team that thought they were going to be okay isn't, and like, hey, just give me a late second, I'll give you Matthew Stafford or whatever to get yourself a third
Aaron
quarterback.
Rodgers from this team.
Dude, if Ingram hits, dude, now you can package Ingram. Like I said, Godwin if he's balling, Addison if he's balling, and you're getting like, hey, dude, like a 27 first and a 26. You know what I mean? Something on those lines. Like you're gonna get like sell them each for a first, essentially, and like load up on draft capital at that point. But that's a really good. I think pivoting that way of moving one of those young quarterbacks since we're so deep there. Like if you want to like really, I'm okay with doing nothing with that team. But if you want to add a guy like Ladd McConkey and Kyron Williams, the easiest path is moving Drake May.
All right. Rich, do you have time to try to sneak one last one in? Or are we going to call it here?
I can sneak one more in if you want. Just one.
All right, let's try to sneak.
One.
Yeah, let's sneak in one last one here. This is Kevin. He's got a 1 QB league. We're only starting 9, though, so not super deep starting lineup. It's a 12-team league. He said this is the 4th year doing Dynasty and just feel like I can't get my team on the right track. I tried trading, but league members really only trade if they're getting a significantly better deal. Appreciate you helping me out. Can't wait to hear back from you. So these are tough leagues where the league's not active unless they feel like they're really getting one over on you.
Yeah.
Right now, quarterback-wise, in a 1 QB league, we're looking at Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, Justin Fields, Geno Smith. Running backs, Caleb Johnson, Jalen Wright, Tank Bigsby, Jaden Blue, Jordan James, Tyler Algier. Wide receivers, we got Emeka Ibuka, Chris Godwin, Khalil Shakir, Xavier Legette, Cedric Tillman, Christian Kirk. And then at tight end, Jake Ferguson, Ben Sinnott, and Will Dissly. Right now, you don't have any additional future draft capital outside of some thirds and fourths, but you do at least have all your own picks. Right now, this team is 11th in dynasty mode. In contender mode, we are in probably similar spot. Yep, 11th. So in a situation like this for me, Rich, where there's a league where people just don't want to trade, don't want to make moves, it's easier for me and you because honestly, I hate being in inactive leagues. If people aren't going to make trades and they're just going to sit there with their rosters, like that's half the fun of playing fantasy football. So if these aren't close buddies, I'm saying, hey guys, nothing personal. I'll pay my league fee, but let's get somebody else in this league. I want to play in a new one. But if these are close friends, you can't do that. Like it's just not realistic. You want to play with your buddies and whatnot. So for you, at least in my mind, drafting becomes so much more significant knowing that I am not going to make trades at all. So where are you going if leaving this league isn't really a real option?
If leaving this league isn't an option, I see a couple options here in season. Justin Fields is, if he plays, is going to produce enough points for you to probably package him with like a Chris Godwin. If Chris Godwin comes back healthy and he's doing really good. Khalil Shakir, if he ends up being the number 1 in Buffalo, potentially, and is the number 1 target in that offense, potentially as well. You could maybe do a Justin Fields and Khalil Shakir package, Justin Fields, Chris Godwin package, and just take the Al and get like a first somewhere. Your running back room is so thin. Your receiving room does not look good. This team is so far behind. You got to make a lot of trades. You got to blow it up.
But looks like people don't want to trade. Now, I am curious, are people willing to trade for picks in this league? Or is it just like players they're stingy on? Because if people are willing to move picks, that makes it really clear as to what we need to do, Rich.
Yeah, it would be kind of nice to know that.
Let's look at look
at
some of these other teams in the picks.
This team has traded for picks.
But yeah, most of them. have just
Most
their
of them are
own
free,
stuff for the
but-
most part.
At least you know that these two and then the bottom two.
You've
have
got some teams
traded
willing to move
before.
stuff.
What sucks here is for him is all the players I want to move. If you're in a stingy league, nobody's looking ahead. Nobody's offering you anything for Justin Fields. Nobody's offering you anything for Chris Godwin right away. I'm totally open to moving Caleb Johnson if the package is right as well in season. But again, you're so thin at picks, like you need Caleb Johnson because like you need to add to your running back room. So like trading for a first or like and then some depth, it doesn't do you any good. You have some upside at receiver with Shakir, Leggett, and Tillman outside of Godwin. And I love Emeka. I think he has a chance to be a wide
And
receiver.
even Isaac Tesla, some upside there.
Yeah, but having a Godwin and a Buka sucks, man. Like this team's in really bad shape.
You know what, Rich? We've done this one other time. My recommendation is to try to get picks. If you can get picks and this league is willing to move them, that's your best bet. But Rich, can we move this one to in season?
Yes.
And
yes.
I think that would be, I think we'll be better served to help you in season when teams are going all in, when teams are ready to make those kinds of moves. And I think we can give you some better advice then. Because right now, if your league's not willing to trade at the moment, there's just not much you can do with this team.
Yeah, Pete, send him an email saying that we're going to hit him back up. He can pick the week in season he wants to get done. Now, we can't guarantee we'll get it in right away that week, but it'll be within that 2-week window. We'll bring his team back up and then reassess it and go from there because that's when we have to do that team. It's not fair to him to do it now. It's impossible to do. And then in season, I would recommend him. You can tell him the guys recommend. We're looking at like week 5, right around there, week 6 in that range.
Before your trading line.
Yeah, it'll be inch a little bit closer. And we're going to find some trade partners for him then. The people that are going to need those players. We'll have a better picture because we can't do anything with that right now, unfortunately.
Yep.
It'd be too far stretch and more unlikely than not. So.
Yep, absolutely. We want to make sure we give you good, actionable advice. There's just not much we can do at the moment. So, all right, guys. Well, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Super fun show today. We got to a ton of teams, a lot of advice given. Rich, I appreciate your time, man. Pete, appreciate you. With that, I think there's a very high likelihood we will have a Wednesday show this week. So stay tuned for that. We'll keep you updated. But if so, we'll be right back here, noon Eastern time with that. I will see you guys then.